one up. Touchdown! And the kick is blocked. Penn State is stunned for the touchdown. Raiders with a second to go. Still alive. They hand it off to Johnson. Boise State has won the Tostitos. He's going for the point.
Well, yeah, it's been quite an interesting Saturday, I would say. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am, of course, the man, the drunken myth, the drunken legend himself. Yeah, I think you guys know a little bit about some of the bullshit that's happened today. Not a lot, not much has happened. It's been a really quiet day in the land of college football. Just a bunch of teams that we all thought were legit turned out to be what's the word? Frauds. They're fucking frauds. All of them. All the guys that lost today. What do you mean you can see our OBS? We can see your OBS. Yeah, that's kind of the point. You can see the OBS because hello. It's kind of meant to be seen so we can see the scoreboard. All right. So I am in a really, really good mood tonight. And we're going to talk about everything. We are going to talk about everything. And joining me to help me talk about everything is my buddy Akbar. How you doing, bud? So
damn moth.
I am in a really, really good. Yeah, he's already okay. All right, so let's talk a little bit about this shit because I'm going to be dead honest here.
I want one thing to say first.
Yeah, go for it, bud.
Pimp down.
Pimp down. But honestly, Vanderbilt should make the playoffs. I'm not even fucking kidding. Vanderbilt should make the playoffs.
That final score looks more fraudulent. They gave up a touchdown in like garbage time and all that stuff at the last.
Yeah, it's
second.
a garbage time touchdown. Like, of course, yeah, it looks bad, but that's
they
just
kept it. Look, it could have. Look, here's the thing. It could have easily just turned into a 50-0 route, like normally when Vanderbilt's talking trash. They turn around.
No, Vanderbilt.
What was that one guy like a couple years back? He was just like, we play this. Just like Jaden Miller was like, well, technically, yes, they are next on our schedule.
Yeah, like technically, yeah, we got to play them. Yeah, no, they brought it, man. They fucking brought it to Alabama today. Like it was they put in a hell of an effort. Diego Pavia played, for the most part, he played pretty decent, I think. Made some mistakes, obviously, but Alabama's going to force mistakes like that.
Are you hearing me chewing, by the way?
What?
Are you hearing me chewing?
No, I can't hear anything about you chewing, but I mean, I don't have my headphones in, so that's fine. Yeah, so we're going to talk about everything here because Ohio State's playing Minnesota. This is hopefully going to be a chill stream, and because I originally thought, oh god, I'm gonna have to talk about Miami again and Florida State. Oh, I decided I didn't want to do that tonight. I wanted to chill out and watch some Buckeye football because they're playing Minnesota, and we it's going to be a somewhat more of a challenge. It shouldn't. I think they're still going to win. I don't think it's going to be a blowout, but I think they're going to win regardless. Real quick. Not JFKH with the 5. Ooh, what's this? A stream with no viewers on a Buckeye game? Strange. That was before we went live. Thank you, JFKH, for the 5. So, anyway, I got beer. Cheers. Hell of a day for college football. Yeah. Yeah, so...
to what Zepp said for a second ago. Yeah, I was concerned because I thought Kent State was easily going to be a trap game, but nope. Oklahoma took care of business. A little disappointed with the final score, though. How the heck is everybody else beating them by about almost 70, and Oklahoma can't even get to 50?
The win's a win. You got to consider that they probably turned in the dogs. They turned off the dogs.
No, they definitely did. But I'm just, oh gosh, did you see that injury?
No, I didn't know.
Right at the start, Hawkins overthrows. What's his name? I'm forgetting his name right now off the top of my head. But he overthrows him, back of the end zone, and then he runs right hard into the brick wall. I think almost helmet first, basically.
Damn.
And that's surprising. Yeah, why the heck is there no padding there? Alan posted it on the Discord in our DMs. Why is there no padding there? It's just like, well, there's like a 10-yard distance. Yes, Kentonze Lewis, he smacked the wall hard, but the back of the end zone, there's like a good 10 yards and all that stuff. So you have plenty of distance to quickly slow down before you hit it, but it's just
what are you gonna do?
Apparently, though, he's awake. His X-rays were negative. I think he just has a concussion.
Probably. I mean, you run headfirst into a brick wall. What are you going to do here? It's not like you can just do that against Stanford every day.
Oh, the juggernaut, bitch.
Yeah, for real. All right, so I want to talk about some of these games that happened before we kick off here in Ohio and Columbus, because they are going to be starting here in a bit. Penn State. Penn fucking State. What in the name of God was that? You just did so much good for UCLA, and they don't deserve a damn bit of it. I'm honestly shocked that Penn State's hangover against Oregon lasted the entire flight to Southern California.
3 words. Words. Fire James Franklin.
Well, that's ultimately going to be up to Penn State. I got one of my buddies on Discord. He's a diehard Penn Stater, and he straight up just told me, I am fucking done defending this asshole. I am fucking done defending
How many years? How many years has he been there now?
A little over a decade now, I think. 11 years.
What's his record when it comes to the games that matter, the big games?
4-21 in the big games for his coaching career. Not JFKH with another 5. I don't know if I am the only one who believe this, but I prefer the upsets being the main vid and the rest being rapid fire. If there's enough upsets, I mean, yeah, I got to kind of mix it up a little bit. I try my best in the video to not include the upsets in rapid fire because, those big moments. So I'm gonna rapid fire. This week's video is gonna be fucking there's a lot that happened and a lot that I want to talk about. I'll figure out what goes into rapid fire. Some of them are pretty easy. Some of them are not.
Zep has a good question. $1 million question. Who gets fired first, James Franklin or Brian Kelly? I think Franklin does because he's been there way longer. And he's
Penn State's not going to fire him now. No. Here's the thing you got to remember, okay? They have Franklin on lock for a good while. Not to mention, this is an embarrassing loss. It's a bad loss. I'm not thinking that they fire James Franklin right now, though. The fans are going to be furious. The fans are going to want him gone. The fans are going to be pissed off to high hell. All Penn State has to do is get one good win from over a decent opponent, and everybody's going to start to forgive him again.
Angel Light, Gardevoir. I think, well, barring Ohio State not getting absolutely destroyed by, say, Michigan or something, I think Penn State definitely earns Dumbass of the Week.
We'll see who earns Dumbass of the Week. I'm going to leave it up to the community.
I love
Texas lost too.
They spiked the ball with 0 seconds.
Yeah, I know. They had no fucking plan.
No,
they're about to kick off in Columbus. We're gonna riff it tonight. I'm keeping it pretty loose in here. Obviously, we got the score bug working. We got the score ticker on the bottom telling us what all happened, and we're just kind of going to shoot the shit for a few hours and watch some Buckeye football.
This shouldn't be too much of it. Look, Ohio State should easily take care of business with Minnesota. It's Minnesota after all.
Yes, agreed. But this has been a really fucking weird day, hasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
This has been one of those days that if you're a top 10 team and you're playing later on tonight, you're thinking, better not trip. And we're underway in the shoe. Kickoff is going to be downed inside the 25 for a fair catch. Minnesota gets the ball first to start it out. And the one thing I'm really surprised about with Minnesota is their quarterback situation. They finally got a decent quarterback in Drake Lindsey. Really, they finally got themselves a decent quarterback in Drake Lindsey, and it's refreshing to see out of Minnesota that they finally got their quarterback situation somewhat sorted after a couple of years of chaos.
Okay, 2 things. Okay, wait. Okay, two things. Sound effects FX had good. How much hurt does Vandy take for losing to Bama? I wouldn't say too much because they didn't get blown out. The final score is a little more.
Vandy, I think, still has a chance to make the playoffs. A very better than good chance to make the playoffs, especially if they win out.
Vandy kept it close with Alabama. You went to Alabama. That's always gonna be a hard place.
Minnesota is calling timeout already because the horseshoe is so goddamn loud they couldn't get the playoff. They're about to have to lay up game. That's how rough it is. The environment in Ohio Stadium is always just brutal. I think Penn State's season is over, 100%, without a doubt. I think that the season for Penn State in terms of being a playoff contender is very much over. And that's because you can argue that losing to Oregon and maybe if you later lose to Indiana, you can make arguments that, okay, those 2 losses are good losses. You can't defend this loss. There is no hope. If you are lucky enough to be in the top 15, you're going to get punched out by any other team in front of you that didn't lose to UCLA, which is basically all college football. Back to passes Minnesota, thrown to the left side. It's going to be caught down to about the 29, 30-yard line. Second down coming up for the Gophers.
Penn State shouldn't even be ranked this on
I
Sunday.
think they should fall out of the top 25 entirely. Alan, what do you think about Penn State?
How the fuck? You went from going wire to wire, going down by 10, and then, or whatever the case may be, and then came back and you almost beat Oregon in double fucking overtime, and then you lose to a winless UCLA led by Nico. I'ma fucking leave Tennessee. How the fuck do you do that? James Franklin, quote thy squidtard, get out. You're done. You and Belichick, you're done. You're washed. It's over. Good night. Goodbye. Get out.
Angel of Light Gardevoir. Back to this thing I forgot to say. Yeah, the whole I forgot to quickly say this. Penn State with the dumbass of the week. I love you use Billy from Billy and Mandy. I love the last one you used with Tim. It was like, stop messing with my eyes, and he's just like the thing with his teeth.
Yeah, that was really good. All right,
that's
first down
classic.
Wisconsin. Now second down Wisconsin. 2nd and 9 coming up here.
I also
been
really
just a
wanted
really
Vandy to
fucking
win.
weird week. I genuinely don't know what to make from this. By the way, there's a bunch of people I'm seeing in comments when I was saying Vanderbilt is legit. This is not a fucking drill. Vanderbilt is legit. Okay, they lost. Yes, they lost to Alabama,
But not bad.
Exactly, not bad. Like they took Alabama to the limit for probably like 55 minutes of that game. The final 5 minutes, Alabama kind of took over and won them out. But that like Vanderbilt is legit. They should be absolutely still considered a contender to probably make the SEC championship, to make the playoffs, certainly as an outlier, like a wild card at large berth, I guess you could say. I don't think anybody should write off Vanderbilt yet, especially considering that Alabama is probably the toughest opponent left on their schedule. They have Tennessee, which that's going to be tough, but like they should be able to beat Tennessee.
Where do they play the game at?
That's going to be in Nashville this year.
That's a little better for them. That might be a better chance.
I think so. I don't know. Don't quote me on it. 3rd and 5 for Minnesota. Pass is caught out to the 46. Minnesota's got a little drive going here early on. Yeah, I think Vanderbilt can no longer be considered. I like one guy just messaged on the last post. It's like Vanderbilt's back where they belong. No, they're fucking not. They're not. They're way above board from where they were a couple of years ago.
Look, let us hold our thoughts on that one until Vanderbilt ends up losing all the rest of their games.
Yeah, then exactly. Like if they start losing out if they lose out, then I'll say, okay, yeah, they're cooked. But like, still, but this was.
What does that say about South Carolina then?
Jesus Christ! It says nothing about them. They're fucking cooked.
All right, so hold on. So Vanderbilt, they lost to Alabama today. They go on a bye week. October 18th, they play LSU.
That'll be a tough one, but they should be able to win that.
Okay. The following week, they play a currently undefeated Missouri. Then they go on the road against Texas, and then they get out Auburn, Kentucky, and have to go on the road to play Tennessee in the regular season finale.
Oh, they have to play in Neyland?
Texas just lost to fucking Florida. I think we can go ahead and say that that's not going to be as hard of an opponent as like Missouri.
Well, you got to remember, Florida had a good
true.
defense. Florida has a great defense, and you're playing in the damn swamp. Do you hear? Can you even hear yourself thinking that?
Florida, Minnesota just caught a massive pass all the way out to the Ohio State 30. Drake Lindsay is slinging the ball right now for the Gophers. We might actually have.
Hey, Red, your scoring graphic is.
I know. I don't know why the graphic isn't fucking working. So I'll fuck with that.
But yeah, no. The way I'm looking at it, I think you can beat LSU if you're Vanderbilt. It's gonna be tough. Yes, it's at home, but we'll see. It kind of depends on what version of LSU we get. Missouri, same thing. Like, they've been really good, but who have they played? So, like,
They're playing Alabama next week.
Well, there you go. So that could end up being a matchup between two one-loss teams if Vandy does beat LSU, depending on who Missouri has in between. Auburn, you should be able to beat them. Texas, you should be able to beat them. Kentucky, you should be able to beat them. And then Tennessee. So if they could finish, at worst, I think they could finish 8-4. At best, they finish with 1, maybe 2 losses. You know, you already have the Alabama loss. So let's just say, worst case scenario, they lose to LSU, Missouri, Texas, and Tennessee. That's 5 losses. At best, you're probably finishing with 2, because I do think you will end up losing to either LSU, Missouri, Texas, or Tennessee.
I don't know. I have no idea what about Texas and all that stuff, especially now with Red River. Look, it's Red River. That's a rivalry game. That's always going to be crazy.
Yeah.
I don't care. Although I definitely think Oklahoma has to definitely keep their eyes out on what they definitely replay that Florida game to see what exactly happened, because freaking Arch was a mess.
I honestly don't know, man, with him. But now for Alabama, here's the thing for them. They have, as you said, they have Missouri next week, which that's going to be probably Missouri's first big test of the year up to this point. It's either you're real or you're not, as an undefeated. Alabama, and then Alabama gets Tennessee. So, if Tennessee Tennessee already lost to Georgia, but if they could beat Alabama, that would be huge for Joey Aguilar and company. So right there, these next 2 games are critical for the Crimson Tide. If you can beat Missouri and lose to Tennessee, all right. If you lose to both of them, well, shit. If you beat both of them, well, now you're probably back in the top 5 at this point. They could be back in the top 5 after this weekend at this rate, because they beat Vandy and both Texas and Penn State lost. And then they get South Carolina. That should be easy. And then the November slate is the LSU rivalry game, Oklahoma, Eastern Illinois, Auburn. No offense, Akbar. You guys might be the only real test for Alabama in November, and even then. So really, I think Bama's season and a shot at the playoff hinges on the Missouri game and the Tennessee game. Because really, we're not going to do.
Well, while you guys have been talking about that, we gotta stop for a second, because it's 2nd and goal for Minnesota inside at the 10-yard line.
Sorry.
Oh God, Ohio State.
Okay. I'm fucking around with the scoreboard, but Drake Lindsay rolls out to his right. It's going to be caught at about the 9-yard line. Maybe it's stopped dead. It's going to be third down. Third down coming up here. I mean, obviously, we're going to talk about what happened today throughout the entire stream. And I'm not saying that we can't, but literally, we still got this going on. And as I just mentioned earlier, this has been a weird fucking day for college football. Like, the top teams have been getting tested. So third and goal from the 9-yard line for Minnesota. You got 3 wideouts set. Drake Lindsay in the backfield. He's going to take the snap, drops back, scanning, rolls out to his right, throws it. It is off the hands and incomplete, intended for Tracy. And Minnesota gets all the way downfield, and it's all for naught. They're going to line up to kick a field goal, and they'll be taking an early lead, more than likely, barring something crazy happening.
Look, I don't think the Buckeyes are
BRB.
going to lose. I genuinely don't. But I think it's more likely, especially after how they played against Tennessee, that Mississippi State beats A&M and Florida State comes back pissed off from the Virginia loss and beats the shit out of Miami than it is for Ohio State to lose to Minnesota. Granted, you could have got beat by Washington last week, and which wouldn't have been too bad considering what Washington did today.
Right.
So I don't know.
Right.
And then Texas Tech is up 6-0 against Houston with ball. So there's that too.
Yeah, this is like I said, this is gonna be a weird fucking day. Or a weird fucking evening.
Yeah. And you guys have to get your shit together because you play Illinois in Illinois next week. So if you get off to slow starts,
they might be getting a little. What the fuck?
If you're gonna play with these slow starts against Washington and now possibly Minnesota, Illinois is gonna be looking at you like food, and you might not be number one much longer. Lol. Oh yeah, Oregon plays Indiana next week. Hi, Kurt Signetti. You ready to get pecked? Are you ready to get eaten like bread by a bunch of fucking ducks? I hope you are. Anyway, what else is next?
Right.
So
I think I finally got the emergency layout in place. I'm so fucking frustrated.
Right.
That
so
the score bug is deciding we will figure it out. If I can get it to work normally again here in a bit, I will get it back up, but I can't make any promises, obviously.
Yep.
So
I wonder where's game
not
next week.
Fucking happy about it.
Right.
Yeah, Ohio State's bullshit.
Right. Like Ohio State, Illinois will probably be the home for Big Noon Kickoff because it's in Illinois and it involves the number one team in the nation. Oregon's playing Indiana on CBS, so there's that. But do you go back to back with involving in games involving Alabama for college game day? Because Alabama goes on the I think game day will either do Alabama, Missouri, or Texas, Oklahoma.
It really should have done Red River, but Texas screwed it up by losing.
Yeah, they did. So we might get back-to-back weeks of Alabama being on game day. Only this time they're on the road.
Has that happened before? I
could not tell you.
Somebody quickly look that up. You can go to Wikipedia and check like where they do game day and all that stuff. See if the same team they've gone back to back with this like the same team even if it's in different locations.
Because they won't do A&M versus Florida because Florida's 2-3. They won't do Auburn, Georgia because Auburn's 3-2.
What about ACC matchups? Is there anything?
Lol. Florida State, Pittsburgh. Florida State at home. and that's the only ACC team that's ranked. Well, okay, Georgia Tech plays Virginia Tech, so there's that too.
Okay. First and 10 Ohio State while I'm working on this bullshit in the background, trying to get the scoreboard back up and running. And I think I about got it right. First and 10, snap, Sayin, drop back to pass, throws it off to his right. It's going to be caught by Carnell Tate. Should be about a gain of 7 at minimum. Second down coming up, and I got the window working again, so we should be back up in a moment. If I can get it to fucking – hang on. Why in the hell are you not wanting to show up? I'm gonna get pissed off. Hang on, I'll be back in a second, guys.
Right.
Well, now I can finally say what I've always wanted to say. Baba Booey. I don't know why. I'm just remember that one episode, that early episode of Family Guy where they went to the Kiss concert and like Lois didn't know the lines to Rock and Roll All Night, and then Gene Simmons and
all right, let's try this again.
Like walked off stage.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Why is it not showing up? It's right fucking there.
Because
Holy
StreamYard
shit.
doesn't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck.
Like,
have we met?
My OBS is literally working in the background, and this is fucking. Why is it doing this? Why the fuck is it doing this? This makes no goddamn fucking sense. Why is shit not wanting to work tonight?
I think you need to just go back to the old style and just do the Excel spreadsheet.
No, I don't even have the fucking thing anymore. It's not even like Task Manager. I already ended the OBS task. Now it's not even showing up when I open up StreamYard. Okay, fuck it.
We're doing it live.
With ESPN tonight. God. I'm so fucking pissed off right now.
You might be pissed off even worse if Ohio State starts struggling. How are they doing right now, by the way? It's been a couple of plays, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been a few plays. They're fucking, I don't even know. I've been so busy trying to fix this shit. Whatever. I'm over at this point. I'm fucking done here. Let's just, I tried the Task Manager. It doesn't, I can't even get that to work. Like, all I'm trying to do is get my fucking, all I'm trying to do is just a screen share, a simple screen share. And it is just deciding to say fuck you and ruin my whole damn stream. So
yeah, I don't think all the drink and Yuko Bania could help him there, Zep.
You can hate StreamYard, man. It's been closed for a couple of moments and it still won't fucking work. All right, whatever. We're sticking with ESPN. It fucking sucks because it eats up so much RAM, but we got no choice because StreamYard, you can eat a fucking dick. You know that?
Well, I can't freaking do it on I couldn't screen share on my end. I got way too many tabs open.
I probably could on mine, but I'm not going to be in here all night. I have one stream that's on the TV, and I got to throw another one on the laptop for race.
39 Ohio State. Julian Sayin throws it. It's going to be caught by Carnell Tate. He'll fall on his ass at the 35-yard line. 4th down, Ohio State. Fuck you.
Heads up, Dumb Gamers is here in Houston at the at TDCU Stadium. Texas Tech up 9-3 on Houston. That's a good game. That should be a good game, hopefully.
I don't know why the fuck it's not recognizing me.
All right, I'll possibly pop in later.
All right.
All right. See you, bud.
Timeout.
Okay.
Ohio State.
Well, we're going to deal with this bullshit temporary setup for the night, even though it's my computer trash. Hang on. I wonder if I still have it. because StreamYard just wants to fucking screw me tonight.
I'll be right back again.
Like, I'm just trying to share a window, and that should be easy for it, and it won't share a goddamn window. I appreciate you guys staying here for watching this shit show, but like it's fucking ridiculous at this point. I don't know why it doesn't. I can't. I don't guess. I genuinely don't. Okay. Well, we're gonna have to make do with this. I hate this because it makes my screen slow, and I'm assuming it makes me slow too. I hate this because it makes my screen slow. Yeah, I'm fucking lagging all over the goddamn place. I can't do this shit all night. Let me see if I can find the damn scoreboards around here somewhere. Are you fucking serious? Ohio State missed the field goal. What the fuck's going on? Are you an idiot?
Oh, geez, what did I miss?
Ohio State missed the field goal.
Oh, no. Oh, boy. Who does Ohio State have to play next week? Ah, jeez.
All right, we're going to get... Okay. I'm turning off ESPN because it's eating up so much of my RAM. Just trying to show the damn score that shit score.
And now you're just completely cutting out.
Thing on my screen. So just sit tight for a second, guys. I will get this fixed. As of right now, unfucking believable. This goddamn making me fix this shit in the middle of the fucking stream. Are you? And I can't. I'm legit furious right now. Like it's not a bit. It's not a gag. It's not a fucking gag. I'm legitimately gonna lose my shit. Oh, hey, guess what fucking works now, guys? OBS! Holy shit, it's a fucking miracle! That fucking bullshit works now! Thank you, StreamYard! Go fuck yourself! Enough of that.
Hallelujah. Katie, if that's a Spider-Man 3 reference, don't.
I've let out my rage. I was going to
you
save
might want
it for
Ohio State somehow inevitably choking.
All right, here we go. 1st and 10 for Minnesota. They got the ball after Ohio State missed the fucking field goal of all things from the 35-yard line. 1st and 10. Let's see here. Snap, Lindsey, back to pass. And he's going to get hit on the throw. Incomplete. Good thing I got beer with me. Because I don't know how I'd be able to do this right now. Oh, well, okay, here's what we're going to do the rest of the stream so that we can stay somewhat on topic. We got a Buckeye down. So anytime there's a timeout or an injury, we can talk about what's going on today and some other bullshit. But during the game, I'm going to call it. We'll just roll from there. So anyway, We're on commercial now due to an Ohio State injury on the field. I do want to talk a little bit about what the fuck is this? What did Alex send me? Oh, okay.
Game day is going to be in Oregon.
Game day's covering Oregon and Indiana next week.
I suppose that was probably likely.
But it's not a surprise.
Oh shoot, who's Kenyatta?
Kenyatta Jackson.
What's W7? It's W7 and TR yelled, "No, Kenyatta!"
That ain't good. All right. Well, let's. Thanks, Charles. Appreciate that. Let's focus on a little bit about what happened today, because today was just apps. Let's talk about Penn State a little bit.
No. Let's start with the earliest one. We had an early upset that we completely not even mentioned at all today.
Yeah, it's kind of got overblown. It kind of got overlooked, didn't it? What was the early upset? Iowa State. Yeah, what the fuck, Iowa State?
Well, it's not. It's really that big of an upset. It's Cincinnati. It's not like Cincinnati was a bad team.
But that doesn't say anything. Like Cincinnati last year was like bottom of the barrel Big 12 next to UCF. Or they were down there. Like, I don't know if they were like that low, but they were getting there. Scott Satterfield, their head coach, was on the hot seat. And then they go and pull that fucking shit today. I genuinely am amazed about that result. I mean, let's take a look at that game for a second here, because this is insane. Cincinnati got out to a 17-0 start in the first quarter. You understand how fucking nuts that is on Iowa State to get out to a 17-0 start? Normally it's the other way around. Normally Iowa State's the one that's putting up numbers early. No, Cincinnati got fucking lit them up. And then the one thing that blew me away early in that first quarter is Iowa State got down to the Cincinnati 30-yard line and turned the ball over on downs instead of taking the points. And then in the second quarter, they score a touchdown. Cincinnati scores a touchdown on both of their possessions in the second quarter. And Iowa goes touchdown, missed field goal. Right?
Yep.
Third quarter, touchdown, turnover on downs. And then they just do fuck all the rest of the game.
K-State had a big lead. They blew to Baylor.
Yeah, K-State also absolutely embarrassed themselves. We're back from commercial now. But that's just the Irish curse working its devilish hands. You know?
Oh, God, they're being...
Second and 10 coming up here for Minnesota now after the injury timeout.
Please don't let me forget this.
Let's see here. And they're coming out. They're punching Ohio State in the mouth early. Lindsey back to pass, throws it over the right side, hits his tight end on the shoulder. He did not see it coming. Incomplete. 3rd and 10 coming up here.
Okay, I'm going to quickly say this while we're in between plays. Kansas State, they're being haunted by Warwick Davis as the leprechaun from Leprechaun.
I don't understand that reference. I'm sorry, bud.
You've never seen Leprechaun?
No, I've never seen Leprechaun. I'm unfortunately not that big of a film buff. I know a lot of references, but that's not one of them.
Darn. Who here in chat can confirm? Back to the hood.
3rd and 10, as Zach Barr tries to learn me. 3rd and 10 from the 35. 5 wide out set. They're selling out on the pass. And there's a flag down. Going to be delay of game. Center could not get the ball off in time. And he was not paying attention to the clock.
Good grief. It must be.
No, it's not a penalty. It's a timeout. Timeout, Minnesota. They barely got it out in time.
That's 2 timeouts used up.
Yeah, they burned 2 timeouts in the first quarter. It's the noise. The goddamn horseshoe is loud, dude. It's fucking loud as shit in there.
How the hell did Michigan beat y'all last year?
Dude, listen, okay, I'm not going to get into that, but I've been in the horseshoe with 102,000 screaming Buckeyes. It is one of the loudest places you can ever be in, especially if you're on the upper decks where I sit, because the noise just goes up. Like, that's the only place it travels. It goes out and then it goes up. So it's just loud as fuck in there. 3rd and 10 for the Gophers. After the timeout, they only got one left for the half, by the way. I know the timeout thing don't work on here. 3rd and 10 from the 35. Let's see here. Snap. Thrown. Caught by Minnesota out to the 40, all the way down to the 43-yard line. Not enough for the first down. It's going to be 4th and short coming up. I'm very curious to see here what if they're going to just punt the ball. They are going to punt the ball. Good. All right, so Ohio State's about to get the ball back on a punt.
Well, where was the ball at exactly there?
It's kind of a no. It's on like the Minnesota 43-yard line. It's too damn. It's just about to midfield, but it's still like not nowhere near justifiable to go for it on a 4th and short like that. And Minnesota actually gets a pretty decent punt on it. It's going to be out of bounds at the Ohio State 9. So Ohio State's going to have some work to do here on offense to get going.
We're in commercial?
Yep.
Oh, dang. NASCAR related. I wasn't even paying attention. Oh, my gosh. Okay. Anyways, Zep always killing it with the college football jokes, especially during my live streams. In other news, Oregon State is still dealing with dysentery. Their trail just doesn't get better.
No, it's not getting better for them at all.
Okay, quickly around the league for a minute. Let's see. Texas Tech's up 15-3 on Houston. We got Florida State up 3-0 on Miami. Mississippi State 3-0 on Texas A&M. UCF is about to get another touchdown on Kansas, make it 14-0 at the end of the first.
Kansas is just outright collapsing. Like, what the fuck are they doing?
I know that. Watch, they're going to collapse, and then a couple of weeks later, then suddenly they get hot again, and it's just another complete chaos that just completely destroys the Big 12.
Yeah.
We saw this show last year. It was fun.
Yeah, we did. And it's not exactly how you win a conference championship, Kansas. It's a lot better than what they used to be, bottom feeder, but still, it's not great.
Doormat of the conference?
Doormat of the college football world. Not just the conference. Fuck the conference. Everybody pissed on them.
Oh, I have good news outside of college football. The Yankees lose.
The Yankees lose. Okay.
Big Poppy, we love you. Oh my gosh, Random Productions. Yes, as a Duke fan, I am so upset we have Cal in our conference because we start at 10:30 p.m. See, this is the reason why these conferences were regional based.
I mean, think about it this way. It gives you a reason to stay up longer and watch football. That's not a bad thing. I'm going to be staying up long tonight watching football because I got to write this fucking script for week 6. I am so screwed. Oh, my God, I am so fucking screwed after this week. Like, what am I going to do? I'll give you guys kind of the quick sneaky peeky on what I'm going to be talking about this week. Chaos 6. I was going to talk about Western Kentucky versus Delaware because Delaware is actually surprisingly doing a decent job early on. And then I was going to talk about Air Force Navy. That was a barn burner. Iowa State, Cincinnati, Clemson, North Carolina, Penn State, UCLA, Vanderbilt, Alabama, Texas, Florida. And then we get into the late slate as there's a pass completed by Tate out to about the 15-yard line, second down. After that, I'm going to be talking about, for sure, probably Mississippi State and Texas A&M, and then Miami and Florida State. And those are the only games tonight so far that I'm like, yeah, I need to talk about those. Everything else is just kind of like up in the air. And I try to keep it to just 10 games maximum, and then I can put everybody else in rapid fire. But we'll see what the fuck happens. If I'm missing anybody notable, let me know, and I'll decide whether or not I should put them in.
Part of me wants to say Duke. Well, I suppose you could just leave Kansas State in rapid fire. Kansas
State's in there too. I must have skipped them. They should be in there. Yeah, they're right there, right after Western Kentucky and Delaware.
Okay,
so they're in there. What up, Liam?
Poor Delaware, man. I thought they were gonna. I thought they were gonna do well.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? For first year FBS, they're doing pretty good. I mean, they're doing a lot better than fucking Kennesaw State did last year. 3rd-1 for Ohio State coming up. They got an offset I formation. They're going to hand it to the fullback, the old fullback dive, and I think he's going to get the first down. And indeed he does. First down, Ohio State.
I forget the name of this guy, but he was doing like a Big 12 house and all that stuff. Like, it's funny. Iowa State's looking at butter melting on corn. Hey, Iowa State, knock! But anyways, Colorado's like, I beat Michigan. You beat Delaware. You can't prove that. TCU. Hey, look, we demolished Kent State. Yeah, so did the National Guard. What's your point?
What the f*** was that?
There's a big pass over the left side, caught by Carnell Tate. Ohio State's all the way out to past the 50-yard line in one throw. What the fuck was that joke?
I didn't write that one. I did not write that one, but that's like, damn.
But sure should say it. What the fuck?
That was a clever. That was smart. That was a smart historical
joke.
But
damn, that was dark.
I wish I was that clever.
I know.
God. I know that was dark.
Yeah, it was dark. All right. Good Lord.
Let me quickly find out who that guy is. I'll let you know his name.
All right. So first 10 Ohio State after the big completion on the pass there. Makes the handoff. It's going to be caught by Jeremiah Smith. He makes a man miss. Out to the 15, down to the 10, out to the 5, almost to the end zone. Gets to about the 2-yard line. And we got a first and goal coming up for them Buckeyes.
Yeah, don't worry too much about your Buckeyes.
And Jeremiah Smith just continues to do Jeremiah Smith shit. JKH, if you don't get it, look up Kent State National Guard attorney. It's not fun. It's not a fun event that happened.
No.
First and goal from the 2. Goal line set for Ohio State. Snap, hands the ball off at the middle. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
Yeah, everyone's on back. Woo! Who can stop me? Tell me. Who can stop me? What? Yeah! Woo!
Clint Foster was the guy's name, by the way.
Clint Foster's the name? All right. Cheers to another Ohio State touchdown.
Yeah, I think you just started off slow, but I think Ohio State's going to start running away with this one.
They got to stop doing that. Like, Ohio State, you got to stop starting off slow. There's no fucking reason for that to happen.
Stop playing down to your competition. Who do you think you are, Pittsburgh?
I can't believe I had to say that, but it made sense. I had to say it.
It was true. It was very much true. It's a kick up.
We're waiting for them to confirm it. They're reviewing the touchdown right now. It was close. I think the ball broke the plane. Oh, no. He did not break the plane. His knee went down just shy of the goal line.
We're going to have to talk about that in a second. Sort of that. It was related to UCLA. We'll talk about that in a second. Okay, Texas Tech. Okay, I think it's probably safe to assume Texas Tech's probably going to run away with the conference at this rate. They're just destroying Houston. It's now 22-3. God dang it, Houston.
Yeah. Speaking of, let's see how the second and goal comes up for Ohio State. I think that Cincinnati just suddenly made their case to potentially be a dark horse to win the Big 12. Like, I'm not kidding. Second and goal for the Buckeyes on the half-yard line. They're going to hand the ball off up again, and now they're going to call it a touchdown. It's for sure a touchdown. His whole ass body was in the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State game, taking that one back, motherfucker.
Yeah, everyone's going back. Woo! Who can stop me? Tell me. Who can stop me? What? Yeah! Woo!
There you
God,
go.
I need to play Street 2 so bad.
It's an oldie, but a goodie.
Yeah, it's the end of the first quarter, too.
Yeah, I was going to say we're at the end of the first. And Ohio State just took a touchdown lead. Now, keep in mind, okay, Ohio State's defense has not given up more than – it's not given up double digits all season. They've only given up a maximum of 9 points. So,
but it's
at
important to
this point,
remember
yeah,
who have they played?
okay, they just got done beating up Washington last week.
Decent team.
And they held them scoreless. They played Texas. They held them to, under 10 points. Granted, Ohio, not surprising.
How the
FCS
freak do you lose
Grambling
How do you lose to Ball State?
Yeah, what the fuck, Bobcats? Like, Jesus Christ. You lost to a place that doesn't exist. There's no such state called Ball. Got kicked in the balls by Ball State.
Snake from The Simpsons played lacrosse at Ball State. right before they executed him and held to pay.
I am genuinely like still just trying to absorb everything that happened today. Like, after this game ends tonight, I'm probably going to be sitting at my computer for a solid hour and change trying to write about what I fucking witnessed today. And I am still, like, by all measures, shocked at some of these games. Like, honest to God, shocked. Some of these games, it should not have been like this at all. Like, again,
No.
I'm going to run through the heavy hitters. Cincinnati beat Iowa State 38-30, and they just beat the piss out of them the entire game. It wasn't even like, oh, they snuck one away. No, they beat the shit out of them. Don't let the score fool you. UCLA, they beat the shit out of Penn State. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. They beat the fucking blue out of the Nittany Lions. Florida,
Nearly blew it, though.
Beat the piss out of Texas. They turned Bevo into brisket. Alabama, the score does not reflect the effort by Vanderbilt.
That pimp has fight in them.
Yeah. Virginia and Louisville went to overtime. Fuck, Virginia and Louisville went to overtime.
Who won that? Oh, shit. I lost track.
Virginia won by 3.
Oh, thank goodness.
God damn it.
What, you're not a Virginia fan?
No, it's not that. I gotta pick 10 games. I made myself a rule on weekly chaos videos because I have a 9 to 5. I have to work because YouTube doesn't support me financially, and I have kids. So I am forcing myself to limit the amount of time I spend making these videos to 2 to 3 days max.
And you're not making enough money from donations.
No, I mean, if you guys want me to do this shit full time, I'm just kidding. But like, it's still like YouTube doesn't. I only get money from live stream donations from YouTube. That's pretty much it. Some revenue from a few views on the streaming, but the streaming doesn't get enough views to really like make an income. I think the most I've ever seen from YouTube is like $500 in a month. Not even joking.
It's not bad. I'd take that in a
It's
heartbeat.
not bad, but like that's only happened once in almost 2 years of doing this.
Bailey Dietrich says, James Franklin about to get fired. Well, personally, if I was the school, I would probably start considering that because it's just Franklin has just been there.
You got to have the conversation now. Like, you don't lose to 0-4 UCLA on the road in the Rose Bowl and have 100% job security still after you lose to Oregon the week prior.
And look at UCLA. They played
impossible.
Look at UCLA. They finally freaking woke up. That's the
but
thing.
UCLA doesn't even have a fucking head coach right now. They just fired their offensive and defensive coordinators too. and a couple of defensive assistants. Like, UCLA is held together with duct tape and Elmer's glue, and they beat the fucking Nittany Lions.
They nearly
cannot
choked it.
tell me with a straight face there's not conversations on the airplane right now.
They nearly choked it. Did you see like the final, like one of the last drives UCLA had?
Of course they nearly choked it. It's UCLA. They choked on their own breakfast and they eat nothing but oatmeal. First and 10, Minnesota. I'm going to rage on this stream over some of these games. I haven't even wrote the scripts yet. Drake Lindsey hands the ball off up the middle, and he's going to get about maybe 2 yards out of it. Second down coming up.
Oh, Nebraska won. I thought they were going to choke that one.
Oh, good for them. Old Dominion's just beating the shit out of Coastal. 41-0. Jesus Christ, guys. Who pissed in your Cheerios?
Anyways, UCLA, freaking 3rd and 1. The guy is wide open and he trips. He doesn't even fall to have the ball over the yard line. And then they go for 4th and goal. 4th and inches. And I guess they were the idea was they wanted to get Penn to jump off sides, so the quarterback didn't get the message and he gets sacked.
Lindsey back to pass, scans left, rolls out, nearly sacked, but he gets hit on the throw instead, and it's out of bounds and incomplete.
3rd and 8 now.
3rd and 8 coming up, yeah. I'm going to look at some of this. This is good for me to do this right here because, like, genuinely, I gotta parse through some of this. There's so much information that happened today. Like, it's not even funny. I'm going to look at some of these stats. Drew Alar only threw the ball for 200 yards today. That's a little bit better than his average. Still not great. 3rd and 8 for Penn State on the 27. Snap. Lindsey back to pass. Still looking. Throws it to his right. Incomplete off the hands of the wide receiver. 4th down coming up. Katron Allen was only held at 50 yards rushing for Penn State. Think about that.
I really thought Penn State was just going to come back and win it after that blocked punt.
Well, yeah, you would think after a fucking, heartbreaking loss to Oregon, they're going to have UCLA as their get-right game.
But still, I thought they were going to still, when they were losing bad, as soon as they get the touchdown, then they get the block punt and they're down by they're down by 6. I thought, okay, here we go. UCLA is going to fall apart. Penn State has got it right now. They'll win, but it's going to be a freaking scare that's going to really mess with them.
I mean, it wasn't just that. I'm looking at this right here. At one point in the second quarter, UCLA went on a 17-play, 75-yard touchdown drive on the Penn State defense. We can talk about the big highlight plays, but it's stuff like that that makes you think, what in the name of God did Jim Knowles do to this defense, the defensive coordinator who left Ohio State? What in the name of fucking God happened there to allow a 17-play, 8.5-minute drive? And Sanders just caught the ball. It's caught by Cardinal Tate out to the 45, 40, 35, all the way out to the 30-yard line. Big pass play for the Buckeyes.
That's a 49-yard pass play to Minnesota's 31 for Ohio State. Yeah, Minnesota. Sorry, there was a brief glimmer of hope there for a second on that first drive, but I think Ohio State's now just finally woken up and is now.
Yeah, they tuned up the band a little bit. Now it's playing full throw. 1st and 10. Snap. Toss to the left side. Makes a man miss out to the 25, down to the 21-yard line. Is Vandy legit? Yes. Vanderbilt is a legit contender for the SEC. Just because they lost does not mean that they are not contenders.
Well,
they're still totally contenders.
Yeah, let's wait a few more weeks before we fully judge Vanderbilt if they're an actually decent team this year, or if they just got lucky. They just got hot at the start.
I think even if they lose out against the tough opponents, like if they lose the games that they're probably likely to lose, that they have a decent chance of losing, like I don't think it's a big deal. You still go like 7-5, 8-4 over a 2-year period with Vanderbilt. That's pretty good success. Is it what they are shooting for? Probably not. But I don't think I genuinely think if a few things go differently for Vanderbilt, it's a lot closer. In like Alabama might have lost today.
Vanderbilt, what they need to do for sure is to make sure to keep their coaches. Who's coach for Vanderbilt?
I can't remember his name, but they'll lock his ass down like Fort Knox. Don't worry about that. The NIL money is flowing into Vanderbilt. That's why they're able to get players like they got right now, and it's going to stay that way. 1st and 10, Ohio State from the 19. Saying throws for the end zone, tipped, incomplete, nearly picked.
You said lock it down like what?
Like Fort Knox.
Who said anything about taking the gold out, Mr. Bond? Well, you never.
I told you you are doing chaos every week this season. I already knew I was doing chaos every week this season at this point. Like it was going to happen. I'll tell you guys at the break when we get to the break here in a minute. But I'll tell you kind of what mindset was coming into the season because we're not doing what I thought we would be doing right now. From the 19-yard line, 2nd and 10, saying looking over the left side, thrown, caught. That'll be a 1st and goal at about the 8-yard line.
Heads up, Miami scored touchdown. Miss Texas A&M. Oh, no, Texas A&M got their touchdown taken off the board. It's 7-3 Miami over Florida State. Texas A&M, I don't know what the frick's going on here.
Ohio State's defense is really good, Clizzard. They're really fucking good. They haven't given up more than 10 points in a game, and Matt Patricia's really put in some good work there. 1st and goal, Ohio State. Single back formation. You don't see this too much college football these days. Snap. Handoff at the middle. Breaks through 1 tackle. And he's going to be only getting about 2 yards on the carry there. 2nd down coming up. This is absolutely what do I say about today right now?
Chaos. It's chaos.
I mean, I don't even think chaos is the word here.
It would have been even more chaotic if Vanderbilt beat Alabama at Alabama.
I know. There was a lot more that could have happened, but still.
Oh my gosh! It's 4th.
1 second to go. Saying over the middle, throws it to the left side, incomplete, 3rd and goal. Minnesota's defense, starting to hold up here. You could say that today was a day. It was a day in life. That's a given. It was a day in life. But, I don't know if it's 2011 Alabama levels, to be honest. Like, that says a lot. But I don't know if it's that. 3rd and goal for the Buckeyes. Snap, saying, scans over the left side, throws it, caught. It's Jeremiah Smith. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
Yeah, everyone come back. Woo! Who can stop me? Tell me. Who can stop me? What? Yeah! Woo!
I knew that ahead. I knew that by like 15 seconds ahead of you. ESPN's like ahead.
Sorry, bud. Can't help it. And it's NBC actually, but yeah.
No. I'm looking at the ESPN scoreboard here. I'm seeing the Miami game. I'm seeing the A&M game. 4th and goal at the Mississippi State 1 for freaking Texas A&M. What the hell? Elko, are you going to go for the points, or are you going to try to go for it?
Oh, God.
I mean, at the 1 yard line, I don't know. What do you do?
You take the damn points.
Especially after you had already scored a touchdown, but they called it back or some bull crap.
You take the goddamn points because you might get turned away with nothing. Take the fucking point. It is not hard to do that at all. Honestly.
Oh my gosh. Did somebody call a timeout or something? What the heck's the holdup?
They're thinking about it, I guess. So, yeah. What do you think out of all the upsets that happened today, which one's the most shocking to you?
Penn State to UCLA. It's not even close.
Yeah, it's not even close. You're right.
Good God, what kind of question is that? We're talking about an
you know what? Texas also lost to Florida, and Florida has been told by everybody they're dead to rights.
Yeah, but Florida. Look at the games Florida was playing. Look at those scores. They actually were keeping their opponents pretty close the whole time. That's the thing. If they had,
True. Okay.
Oh
right.
my God.
Let me ask you this. Let's talk about Texas for a second, because that is UCLA might be Ohio State. Yeah, sure, whatever.
Oh my God. They went for it and they didn't get it.
Take the damn points, Elko. What are you fucking doing, bro? Holy shit. Okay.
Battered Aggie syndrome, man.
Must be. I don't fucking know at this point. This is what in the hell is A&M doing to themselves right now?
What happened? Didn't they have a decent offense? What the hell is going on?
They're playing Mississippi State. Mississippi State's a pretty solid team. Don't let the fact that they're unranked fool you.
I know. Rank me, cowards! Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, it's.
Yeah, I don't know why they didn't even rank him in the first place, even before that Tennessee game.
I am one. God, what am I going to say about Texas?
Arch clearly doesn't.
Is it because Arch is cooked, or because here's the thing? I didn't get a chance to watch that game too much live. I know they lost, and I saw some of it, but I was busy with kids and all that shit, so like I couldn't watch it all. Obviously, what the fuck?
Well, let me take a look.
How would you describe Texas's loss to? Florida, because that just it doesn't make any sense at all, considering what we were told Texas was coming into the season.
Arch
you could say this Arch and Manning now have more in common than just the last name. Neither of them could beat the Gators. You know what? I like that. I'm going to use that for the video. Neither of them could beat the Gators.
Arch had 263 yards. He was 16 of 29, 2 TDs, but 2 interceptions.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Lagway had a decent game. He threw for 298. He was 21 for 28, 2 touchdowns. He threw 1 interception, but
imagine saying that DJ Lagway going into this.
That's how they got that safety. They blocked the punt.
Yeah. I mean, Texas didn't do shit.
Good grief. Texas doesn't have a rushing game.
They don't know. I mean, their running backs are all hurt. That's why.
Yeah, well, that was Oklahoma last year. So, turnabout. Freaking Texas is going to do the freaking with Arch and all that stuff. They're just going to do the whole. If Colt didn't get hurt.
I mean, again, it wasn't just that Florida won. It's that Florida won convincingly. Like they had this game pretty much locked up by, I want to say, the end of the first half. They were up going into 19-7 in the halftime. Like the safety was like all I needed to see at that point to say that, yeah, this is not going to be Texas's day, is it? One does not simply go into the swamp and expect to live.
Unless you're saying Miami last year and you just absolutely run away with it.
Yeah, this is the one thing I don't fucking get with Billy Napier. You start the first 4 or 5 weeks of the season playing like absolute garbage, and then suddenly you remember your job kind of depends on you winning, and you start to win.
Not red.
Like, what the fuck?
I don't know, man. He's freaking – I don't know. I don't Texas A&M held Mississippi State to a 4th down.
God, I don't fucking get it. I really don't. It baffles me how Texas is just so not good. They're probably on the outside looking into the playoffs at this point. I don't see how Texas makes it in over other teams like Vanderbilt Vanderbilt's only loss right now is to Alabama.
If Texas wins out, I think they make the championship game. I think they can.
No, they don't. No fucking shot.
If they don't win out,
if they win out, no fucking shot they make the SEC championship. You want to know why? Because somebody else is going to win out. Somebody else is going to have only one conference loss. And their fucking loss is going to be a hell of a lot better than Texas's loss just was. Bar none. Point blank. A&M is a more convincing team right now than the goddamn Sips.
Well,
they're struggling against Mississippi State. Mississippi State could fucking make a run. Missouri could probably win the SEC at this point. It could be Missouri, Alabama.
You got to remember though, winning out. If winning out, that means Texas beats Oklahoma. That means they beat Georgia. That means they
Oklahoma's playing without John Mateer right now. Keep that in mind.
Yes. That's I was going to mention that. I sent that in the Discord. Another thing. Good. Venable says Keontez Lewis was alert and in some serious pain when he went down. Says Lewis was very responsive, so that's good.
Okay, good for him.
And Venable says he's assuming John Mateer won't be available next week. Says if he's not, they feel confident Michael Hawkins Jr. leading the offense. Here's the thing, though: they had Mateer dressed up today. Now I don't know if that was a psychological thing to scare Texas.
Know. Maybe in case the quarterback let the game get away from them and had to go in and save them against Kent State, but that was likely not going to happen. And again, guys, if you're just joining in for the stream, welcome. We're talking about Ohio State against Minnesota, but we're also just trying to unpack all the bullshit that happened today. If you are able to make a donation to the channel, it'd be much appreciated. It'll get your comment. Highlighted on the screen, and also just say whatever the fuck you want in the chat within reason. Let's just shoot the shit about this. 4th and 1 Minnesota, and they run the ball up the middle. They don't fucking get it. Turnover on downs. Let's go, Buckeyes.
I don't believe it. That kind of shit is just unacceptable.
Oh, man. So, Ohio State's going to get the ball after a turnover on downs by Minnesota on their own 45-yard line. Normally, I'd be calling this shit play-by-play, but quite frankly, today has just been such a mess, and this game is not one of those games that is of, I would say, national championship importance. And I didn't feel like watching Florida State in Miami because I've watched enough Florida State to be officially sick of them. And Miami, same thing. Running up the middle of the stop and drive. What is this? The Black and Gold Brigade? Either one? Yeah, pretty much.
Texas A&M turned it over.
Ran the ball up the middle, and Ohio State stuffed them. We're on commercial, Akbar. Shoot from the hip. What do you got?
Texas A&M got the ball. Held Mississippi State, got the punt, 50-yard line. They just immediately turned it over on an interception.
What?
Yeah, it's Mississippi State ball again on the Mississippi State 30. What the freak, guys? What is it? Texas A&M's offense has just been completely struggling. Look at what happened. Did Auburn and Mississippi State have that good of defenses that Texas A&M is just struggling?
Mississippi State is not a team to be slept on. They took Tennessee to the limit last week.
No, I figured
that A&M was going to be in for a time against them, considering that they're probably going to be playing pissed. And A&M,
well, where are they playing?
They struggled against Auburn.
Aren't they playing at Texas? Aren't they playing in College Station?
They are playing College Station, but you got to remember, okay, A&M struggled to beat Auburn in College Station last week. There was more flags in the goddamn UN.
Flag. And Texas Tech is about to score another.
Was the final there. I mean, they're starting to crack. I'm going to pull up a couple of the other games that we've been talking about here and kind of keep an eye on them. I might add them into the stream as like separate boxes, but we'll see about that. I want to keep the primary focus on Ohio State, Minnesota, since that's the title of the stream, but I'm also not stupid. And I'm going to talk about if there's a game going on that might be of some significance. I'm not going to tell everybody, well, shut the fuck up. Ohio State's beating up Minnesota by 11 points right now.
Also, Miami just scored another touchdown. I think Florida State's cooked.
Yeah, I saw that. I don't know. We'll see about that. Okay, so we were talking about Miami. We're talking about Texas A&M. Okay, got it. All right, so I got the 3 games that we're going to keep an eye on here. And I'm going to leave the score bugs alone for now. But if I think I need to add another score bug or 2 in here, I will. So here we go. First hit, Ohio State. They're going to fake the handoff on a double reverse fake. Saying, wide open, it's Cardell Tate. Touchdown, Buckeyes. The blowout is on.
Yeah, everyone's on back. Woo! Who can stop me? Stop me. Who can stop me? What? Yeah. Woo!
Well, I can't say I didn't see this one coming.
Cheers, boys. I'll drink to that. This is exactly what I needed tonight. This is exactly what I fucking needed.
Minnesota made a mistake by driving on that first drive.
I mean, the Gophers aren't a bad team. Let's be real here. Ohio State's just really goddamn good.
Oh, you would
Minnesota,
say that just to make to make Ohio State look better.
No. Genuinely, Drake Lindsey, he's a redshirt freshman quarterback, and he won the Big Ten Player of the Week last week. So, like, he's a great quarterback, and I think Minnesota, as they continue to develop and work their team around, I think that they can, continue to be a really decent team. You got to remember, they usually win about 8 games a year. That's kind of like the standard over there. So, like, I know to people that want and expect national championships, you're probably thinking, oh, fuck, whatever. Minnesota's not a bad team. They're not. I respect the Gophers, but they're playing Ohio State. Okay, like, Minnesota can beat up. I think they can play a really solid game against Illinois, but they're playing Ohio State. They could play really decent against Iowa, and they could probably win. But they're playing Ohio State. You can probably, lose by maybe a touchdown against Indiana. Maybe they beat Penn State. But tonight you're playing fucking Ohio State, and the Buckeyes are the number 1 team in the nation for a reason. And this is proof positive of that. They saw what was going on today. They saw all the bullshit happening around college football, and they decided, you know what?
Let's not be a part of that.
This happen.
Yeah, let's not be a part
It's
of
not
this.
that kind of night.
Look, I'm going to completely say this. I'm going to show some conference favoritism. The Big Ten, that is just so top heavy. That is just
you're just speaking truth there. Like, I understand completely. It's definitely top heavy. Ohio State, Michigan, Penn State, Oregon. Those are the 4 best teams year in, year out. Indiana's starting to make some noise, and now they're probably going to be considered better than Penn State right now. Okay, but it's usually 4, maybe 5 teams tops. And back when it was actually like 11 teams, because it hasn't been 10 teams since Penn State joined in the early 90s, that would have been enough. But now we got like 18 people in here, and it's like, okay, guys, so we have the dozen guys that are happy to be here and take the media money and, just fight each other for the whole season and be entertaining and provide close games for their fans. And then you got the cream of the crop. Then you got the diamonds. Then you got the guys that everybody looks up to, right? Everybody aspires to be Ohio State, but they hate their guts.
I guess we should quickly mention this because Boise State lost to – they were winning. They was 7-6 at one moment. They were beating Notre Dame by
they weren't going to be a pushover, but Notre Dame is still really good. Like, just because Notre Dame's lost 2 games, it doesn't mean that you should discount them.
They're going to make the playoff. At this rate, if they win out, they make the playoffs.
Oh, no, Notre Dame. No. Notre Dame's going to need some help. They're going to need a lot of help. I think now,
they're getting it. They're fucking getting it right now.
well, you need to understand something, okay? Notre Dame lost to Miami. Pretty good loss to have on your resume right now, all things considered, considering what's happening in Tallahassee. And who else did they lose to? I forget.
A&M.
A&M. Another really good loss to lose to. So, in terms of losses, those are two really good ones. Here's the problem. Who the fuck do you play the rest of the season? You can win out, but who did you beat?
Also, just
ranked Boise State is not impressive.
Speaking of A&M for a second, now Mississippi State threw an interception.
That game's an absolute tire. I got the game on my TV over here. I got the three-way call right now with Ohio State, Texas A&M, and Miami. I'm keeping an eye on all three games, so I'm watching as much as I can.
What is that one YouTube video that's used as a meme? Two idiots fighting.
The worst fight you've ever seen, yeah.
It's two idiots.
First and 10 Minnesota, by the way, from the 25-yard line.
Or maybe to quote. Oh, can I?
Handoff up the middle, down behind the line of scrimmage. Yeah, pretty much. Sorry.
To quote Eric Cartman in like those videos I see on Facebook Reels sometimes, it's just he kicks down the door, cripple fight. That's what this game is turning into. This is just like
Pretty
Timmy
much,
versus
yeah.
Jimmy from South Park.
Oh, watch
like
out, A&M. Oh. All right, so 2nd and 10 coming up for the Gophers.
I'm going to leave you going solo for a minute.
From the 25, man in motion, snap. Lindsey throws it over his head, incomplete, 3rd down. I am so happy that I get to do this as a really good hobby right now. And you guys cared to enjoy it with me. It's so much fun. I love college football, and weekends like this just help remind me of my love for this game. Arkansas State escaped one. Oh, okay. They have escaped the 1-win cluster. Hey, there you go. We go, Red Wolves. I had a couple of guys I played in high school with that ended up going there in Arkansas. 3rd and 10 coming up for the Gophers from the 25-yard line. You're going nowhere fast, buddy. That's all I'm going to say there. This is Ohio State's defense is just absolutely smoking the Gophers right now. Let's see what happens here. 3rd and 10, man in motion. Snap, Lindsey, back to pass, rolls out to his left. That is going to be a big fat sack.
This ain't no ballet, motherfucker. This is for real. Come on.
There you go. That's pretty much been the night so far, and I think that's how it's going to be the rest of the way here. That's kind of why we're just not – that's kind of why we're deviating so much and just shooting the shit, honestly. It's because of the fact that Ohio State's got this one pretty well in hand already. Obviously, anything could change any given Saturday and all that shit, but there's just been so much that's happened today. Like, we got to talk about it. But Ohio State's defense absolutely continues to be the best in college football, bar fucking none. Like, that's a given. I didn't miss anything in Fire Fickle. Well, I think Luke Fickell is going to end up being around for one more year. And the reason why I say that is because of the buyout, because they had a really tough schedule this season. Like, you can win and you can lose in these new schedules for the Big Ten because of the way they work out. So, you know, I don't think Luke Fickell is at fault here. Or like Luke Fickell is at fault 100%. But I also do think that they're just in a lot of trouble in general, and they knew they weren't going to be good. And I think Wisconsin's just – they got a lot more work to do than just the head coach. In case I don't get to say it beforehand, enjoy your trip into the heart of Maction, Red. Yeah, thanks. I appreciate it. It's going to be fun, dude. I'm honestly looking forward to seeing the Akron Zips in person. That's going to be a good time. I'm taking my girlfriend with me, and She's such a fucking trooper. She's going to hold the camera while I do a vlog. Here's what we're going to do. 2nd and 6 Ohio State on the 37-yard line, by the way. Here's what we're going to do in Akron. I got to work for like half of the day that day. And then after that, I'm going to get home, pick up my girlfriend. We're going to go to Akron that night. I'm probably going to be in Akron by about 4 o'clock that afternoon, more than likely. And then we're just going to film. I'm going to get a mini microphone, put it on my camera, on my phone, and we're going to just walk around, film, and then we're going to do the game and just vlog it, basically, and just talk about it. And it's just going to be a little side video that I make for the channel that I think is going to be a lot of fun. It's supposed to be like 2 of the worst teams in college football going at it, and it will be. I think UMass lost their game again today. But that said, Akron did win their game. I could have waited an extra week and gone for the wagon wheel, but the timing just did not work out with my kids, and it just wasn't going to work that way. So we're doing it like that, and I'm really looking forward to it. It's really going to be great. And again, if you happen to be in the region and you want to say hi, I'll be in the area. If you happen to be, it's a small channel, so I don't expect anybody to be there that knows me. If I show up and just one person recognizes me, I'll be shocked, genuinely shocked. But I'm going to enjoy it. I love Maction. I love the idea of going to just like these really random ass fucking places to watch a football game. I want to do it more. I'm hoping that next year, as the channel continues to grow, I get the opportunity to do shit like this more often. But this is how it's going to be for now. I'm doing that. I am going to go to another game. That's not really for the channel, though. I'm going to go to another it's going to be a Big Ten game I'm going to, not Ohio State, but I'm going to go to a different game this season with my girlfriend. We're going to just enjoy that one together, not really for the channel. I flirted with the idea of going to see a Miami of Ohio Redhawks game. It's only about an hour's drive for me to Oxford, where they are at. And then I've also thought about Athens too, but we'll see. I like the MAC is great, dude. I know people want to be like, oh, it's the worst conference. It's not, though. Like the MAC is awesome. It's one of the last true regional conferences, and it makes it so fun to be able to just drive. Living in Ohio, you could literally drive a few hours north from where I am, and you can find top-level college football at a really cheap price, too. Like, to go to an Akron football game is like $30 for general admission. It's pretty solid. For a football game, that's pretty solid. A little bit slower night tonight, honestly. Not as many big games going on tonight like we've seen in previous weeks. And I think that's just because a lot of teams are on their bye week this week. I was just talking about this Floby. LSU's on a bye, stress-free football. Thank you, Blake Baker, for carrying this team. Yeah, I think a lot of fans are just kind of chilling this week. They're just taking it. I do like a mental reset at least once or twice in a season. I will watch college football hardcore for the first like 4 or 5 weeks, and then right around week 5, 6, 7, even 8, I'll mentally be like, okay, I need to take a weekend and not watch as much because I'm getting a little burnt out. That was last weekend. We're fully back this week, and it's glorious. 3rd one for Ohio State from the 46-yard line in Minnesota territory, and they don't get it. They did a direct snap to Keenholz. What the fuck is he doing in the game?
Oh, Texas A&M touchdown, by the way.
I saw.
Oh,
I figured Ohio State Keenholz, right?
Oh, shoot.
Yeah. Why the fuck is he doing? What is this? I remember the Ohio State. I remember I talked to the boys over on the Ohio podcast earlier this week on Sunday, and we talked a little bit about it, and they mentioned that they saw in practice back during their training camp a special package for keyholds. I guess they just deployed it right there. And it didn't fucking work. And I hate those kind of things because special packages are just, for a quarterback, are so stupid. Like, what changes because you're bringing in a guy that hasn't played all game long? You're bringing in a quarterback that is cold as shit, has not been playing, has been sitting on the sideline the whole time. And you expect me to think that he's going to come in and suddenly be a difference maker? If he was a difference maker that much, he'd be starting. It's a gimmick. That's all it is. Florida State's getting killed, yeah. Florida State's definitely losing pretty hard right now against Miami. I'm watching. Oh, my God.
Well, it's not too bad. It's only 14-3, and Florida has just stopped Miami's drive. It's 4th and 3.
I know it's 14-3, but I mean, Miami's defense is not even letting Castellanos get going.
TCU is at Colorado's 1. It could be a 14-7 game in the second.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Houston, it looked, well, for a minute there, it looked like Houston was going to start falling. I mean, was going to keep falling further. Texas Tech looked like they were about to score another touchdown, but it looks like, I guess, Houston got a turnover or something. It's now 25-11, but Texas Tech is driving again, and it looks like they'll freaking. Yeah, it looks like Texas Tech is going to probably score another touchdown. Make it 32-11. So yeah, sadly, I think Houston's Cinderella run's come to an end. But hopefully, this year is definitely a good year to keep going. You know, it's a definitely improvement from last year, that's for sure. So far already. Am I wrong?
No, I don't think you're wrong.
Good, you can actually still hear me. I thought I was muted or something.
No. I'll just text my girlfriend back real quick. I am just right now. It's still Ohio State's pretty much. It's Ohio State's game through and through. Still, that's a given. I think at this point, Minnesota's not really doing anything to make me think that they're going to come back and challenge Ohio State. The defense for Buckeyes is just too damn good. What I'm curious to see the rest of this game is, are they able to get above double digits on the points? Are they able to get a touchdown and get to 10 points? Because if they do, they're a good team. Yeah, looking around here at some of the other fucking games that are going on right now. I'm going to do a quick round the horn here on some of these other games. So just bear with me a second while I get my scores loaded up. So, okay. Live games. You want to go ahead and read them off? I got them in front of me. I'll just go ahead and do it real quick. It's fine.
Old Dominion's up. Old Dominion's 44-7 on Coastal Carolina.
Okay.
We'll do it back and forth.
Texas Tech 25-11 over Houston right now at halftime. A little bit closer than I thought it was going to be.
Halftime, UNLV up 24-3 on Wyoming.
Goddamn, folks. What the fuck? South Alabama 17, Troy 14, midway through the third.
Florida Atlantic 17, Rice 7 early in the third quarter.
Don't play with your food, guys. Miami 14, Florida State 3, just about the halftime there.
Oh, looks like Miami's driving again. I guess that they went for it on fourth down.
Yeah,
they got a penalty or something, maybe. Texas A&M up 7-3 on Mississippi State. Mississippi State's about to punt the ball back to Texas A&M.
Colorado up 14-7 on TCU.
TCU had just scored a touchdown. UCF's driving. They're in the red zone. 17 up on Kansas, 17-14.
And then Memphis is only up 14-7 on Tulsa, but they do have the ball. And no, they're not driving yet. Early in the second there. And some games that have already finished up for the day. I'll just burn them off real quick. We already know some of them. Cincinnati beat Iowa State 38-30. First big upset of the day. Oklahoma knocked off Kent State 44-zip. Had himself a donut for that one. UCLA knocks off Penn State 42-37. A major upset there. And another major upset. Florida beats Texas 29-21. Alabama edges out Vanderbilt 30-14. Again, the score does not reflect the results of the game. Georgia handled Kentucky, though, 35-14. Notre Dame beat Boise State 28-7, and Illinois beat Purdue 43-27. We are back from commercial in Ohio. 2 minutes to go in the first half. Gophers at the 16-yard line. Hand the ball off at the middle on a 2nd and 3 and get the first down. Clock's going to continue to run. See if they can get a 2-minute drill going. Fuck you, dude.
I'm glad I took a nap earlier.
Yeah, I'm tired. It's been a long day for me. I had to make dinner, and I've been up since about 9 a.m. Sing from college. Like, my routine on Saturday is get up about 9 a.m., turn on game day, get out of bed, and then get to work.
I had to wait. I could not fall asleep until like 4 or something. Then I had to wait. I woke up at 7, and then I had to do a Dungeons and Dragons session with a couple of buddies online at 9 for about 3 hours. Yeah, I can't sleep on nights when like something's about to happen. I get too excited, and my body just refuses to fall asleep.
Yeah, I know. I feel the same way about certain situations too. Yeah, like when I went to the Ohio State game against Indiana last year, man, I couldn't fucking sleep. I only slept like 4 hours before we went to the stadium. Like it was not good sleep. I was so damn tired when we got back from the game that day. It was fun. It was awesome. It honestly, one of my favorite memories as a football fan was going to that Ohio State game last year because it was so. I had never been to a Buckeye game, so it was the realization of a dream. But it was also just because it was a big game. Two of the top teams in the country going at it at the time. Ohio State was number 1. Indiana was like number 5 or number 4. So, like, it was insane that I was able to get tickets for that game. I still pinch myself thinking about that. And on their national championship run, too, which is even more insane.
Just sadly, there is a blemish to that championship run. You didn't beat the team up north.
I know. Don't remind me.
Well, does it still truly feel like a win? I mean, it's just like, yeah, we won the national championship, but we just couldn't get that one game, and that would have made everything perfect. Who cares if it wasn't an undefeated season?
Most diehard Buckeyes like me feel the same way. It's we won the national title. We didn't win much else, honestly.
At least the Astros can have a silver lining to missing the playoffs by like a game. They freaking managed to
talk about the Astros on this stream, okay? I don't want to talk about those fucking guys. No, sir. They are persona non grata. Sorry, they shouldn't have banged on trash cans.
Fuck you.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
No, it's not like they weren't doing anything that some of the other teams were doing. Yankees, Red Sox, the Dodgers, they all got caught doing.
I know.
It's the Yankees, the Red Sox, and the Dodgers. Obviously, they're freaking biggest fan bases and money makers and all that shit.
Yeah. Minnesota's 2-minute drive stalls out, and its clock's just going to run out. Hang on a second here. Where are they on the field? I wasn't paying attention. Like an idiot. Oh, they call a timeout with only a few seconds left. I guess they're going to kick a field goal here and try to get this going. Is there a particular reason you're showing the OBS application itself? Yes, it's because StreamYard wants me to pay $80 a month to share it as a tab. And I told them to kiss my ass. Is it a little janky? Yes. Do I care? No. Doesn't give away any personal information. I really don't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck. Well, it's a pity that
it looks a little weird, but you got to remember I'm running on a low budget here.
And that's halftime.
Yep. It's halftime. I don't know why they called a timeout just to punt the ball away. Like, what are you doing, guys?
Maybe they were hoping they could have ran it back.
Oh, my God. It was nearly blocked, too. That was almost a complete disaster class by Minnesota. Yeah, I mean, you guys got to remember, I guess they were just, we got a flag down. What the fuck's going on here? Flag down as we're going into the half for some reason. No, because I want to stream on both my YouTube channel and my Twitch channel. Go follow me on Twitch, by the way. And OBS doesn't like it when you stream on two platforms at once. And I've tried to get it to work on both platforms, and it doesn't. Not to mention, it's a lot harder for me to get guests into OBS. I haven't figured out all the kinks to make that work. I know technology, but I'm not a big tech guy, so I can't figure out how to troubleshoot every single fucking thing so that OBS works with smooth clarity. I can stream video games easily on OBS. No problem. But if you ask me to put a guy on stream with me, it's not fucking happening. So, you're absolutely. I appreciate you being here, and I mean, they're good questions, absolutely. But to sum up the answers, it's low budget, and low skill. So that's what we got.
Oh, Zep, if you've been commenting, I'm sorry, I haven't been seeing any of your comments. I've been looking at the scoreboard and all that stuff. I hadn't even looked at at the comment section for like 30 minutes at least.
Yeah. Okay, give me like 2 minutes. We're at the half now. Like I said, my kids are home, so I'm gonna go check on them real quick, make sure they're still asleep. I'll be right back in a moment.
I'll take over. Where is it? Here it is. I'm going to sleep good tonight. At the very least, Oklahoma did not put much pressure on me today. I have to say that I am glad that happened. But I'm still worried about Texas. I know because look, they're going to be going into Red River freaking pissed. They lost a freaking a Florida team that might not even go bowling. They might not finish with a winning record. Oh, Zep. In terms of my Twitch game streams, I guess I can quickly plug myself in while Red's away. This week, like usual, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7 p.m. Central Time. Probably going to be doing a 007 Everything or Nothing this time. Just finish off because I did Agent Under Fire a few weeks ago. Just completed Nightfire this past week. So finish off the little trilogy because then the other two of the PS2, GameCube, Xbox generation is GoldenEye Rogue Agent, and nobody wants that game because it's bad. And then From Russia with Love game, but that one's kind of a bit of a strange oddity in some ways. No, NFL Street, I don't fully know about that one because that one's going to be I don't know fully about that one. I'm not entirely confident when it comes to the sports games because it's just like I'm going to find myself constantly. I feel like that one's going to be a case of like I'd be too harsh on the save states and all that stuff with that one of just like, oh, the play didn't go the way I wanted exactly. Oh, I'm going to try it again and all that stuff. Like I barely got away with that with the Mario Golf games, just like I wasn't really saving as much as I was thinking I was going to have to at times. And heck, I made some great shots without even on first attempts. So, once I started figuring out like how to remembering and like getting it like embedded in my brain of like how the hitting hitting the strength bar and all that stuff worked. Once I was getting that pretty much like, okay, this is like how long, I mentally prepared of like how long it takes to wait and all that stuff. And then, that worked. And yes, to answer your question there, Zep, yes, I am currently watching playthrough of the game. It shouldn't be too difficult. It's actually fairly that one's actually a bit more fairly linear, I'll be honest, because that one's different from the previous two, because the first two games were first-person shooters mostly, with the driving elements. Everything or Nothing goes the third-person cover shooter route. Floby and Cubby Bear 17. See you guys later. I'll let Red know you guys stopped by. Virginia avoids the scare, and that's another undefeated team that suffers their first loss of the year. We don't really have that many left. Because Vanderbilt got knocked down, Iowa State got knocked down. You know what? You know what I would absolutely love? If there was a Strolling Stew plushie, I would have it in my lap while I'm playing. I just had the little guy sat in my lap while I'm playing games. Just constantly pet him. As long as he ain't the smoldering one or the one with the fire on his head. There's a GIF of that. You sent me that. Is there plush? Hang on. I'm gonna quickly look that up now. Maybe there's one on Etsy. Well, I was right. There is one on Etsy. Or, well, there was. Not JFKH. Favorite grill food? I guess steak. Steak off the grill. I guess that's my favorite. Okay, Railroad Channel. Dumbass of the Week candidates. Let's see. Maryland, Texas, Penn State, North Carolina, or Iowa State. Well, let's see. Cincinnati wasn't a bad team to lose to because they were 3-1. You know, they had one loss. They're another decent team, and I think the Iowa State was playing at Cincinnati. You know, so that's not really dumbass. That's just you go into a tough fight against a divisional opponent and all that stuff. North Carolina. Let's be fully honest here. After the trouncing from TCU, I think we just gave up. I think we already completely gave up on much hope for North Carolina to begin with. Maryland, somebody explain to me why a Railroad Channel is saying Maryland deserves to be dumbass of the week, because I would very much want to know what happened there. But okay, Maryland blew a 20-point lead. Well, K-State also blew a big lead to Baylor. I think they were up 34-14, and they blew a 20-point lead. I think they did that too. So friggin' curse of losing in Ireland. And then Texas lost a close game in the Swamp, even though it wasn't really that close. Florida was basically dominating for much of the game. It's just Texas for a brief moment right towards the end, they had a minute left. They did have a chance. They did possibly have a chance to actually score a touchdown and try to get a 2-point conversion to take it to overtime at least. So, no. Really, the dumbass of the week, it has to be Penn State. You do not go No, not JFK. As much as Mark Sanchez probably dumbass of the year. Let's be fully honest here. He has really nothing to do with college these days. Nah, save that for Tree's obviously gonna use that for Tree's gonna use that for freaking sports ball this week, I'm sure. So, gosh, that story churned so fast. That was crazy because I saw the news. It was just like, okay, Mark Sanchez has apparently been stabbed. It's just like, oh shoot, what did he get mugged or something? It's like, oh no, he's the one that apparently he got stabbed in self-defense because he freaking got drunk and attacked somebody. Allegedly. We don't fully have all the details yet, but according to early police reports, apparently it's leaning that way. But no, yeah, dumbass of the week. It's Penn State. It's Penn State. You're the number 7 team in the country. You're going in. I mean, you're going to play a team that is 0-4 that has like fired their coach. They have fired their coordinators. They have freaking nothing but a walking husk, and they play their best game against you. I guarantee you, freaking UCLA. That might be their only freaking win of the season. Has UCLA played an FCS school yet? Welcome back, Red.
All right. I'm back from cleaning up a mess. What did I miss?
Nothing too much. Still halftime. Floby and Cubby Bear 17 had to leave. Railroad Channel was asking who the dumbass of the week candidates are, which was Maryland, Texas, Penn State, North Carolina, and Iowa State. Which I was just straight up saying, look.
Why would Maryland be dumbass of the week? I didn't catch a lot of that Washington game.
They blew a 20-point lead.
No,
but then so did K-State apparently, and North Carolina. Look, we freaking I said this a minute ago, but I'll say it again. North Carolina, we were pretty much done with those guys the moment freaking they got absolutely destroyed by TCU.
Oh, I got you. By the way, it is snowing in Wyoming for their game tonight. That's beautiful.
That's nice. Iowa State, as dumbass of the week, no, they lost to Cincinnati, who's not a bad team. It's not like they were 0-4 or 0-5.
Yeah, no, Cincinnati was coming into the game 3-1.
Who was their loss to, anyways? Who did they lose to?
Maryland. They lost to Washington. It's hail. All that white on the field was fucking hail.
Ouch!
Damn, that's gotta hurt.
The only true contenders for dumbass of the week I would consider is Texas and Penn State, but I feel like Penn State, it's not really much of a competition.
I would hate to do James Franklin 2 weeks in a row, but I think you're right. I think it's going to wind up being. I'm leaving the community. I'm going to make the community do it because I don't want to be like, oh, I think this guy's the dumbass of the week, and everyone's like, no, fuck you, Red. You don't know what you're talking about. Which, I'm not a professional, but hey, I'm gonna pick out 4 candidates. Penn State's going to be one of them. Maryland's going to be one of them for blowing a 20-point lead. Texas, going to be one of them.
And I guess North Carolina. Just might as well. North Carolina getting crushed by Clemson.
North Carolina, sure, but that's obviously not going to win. I got to pick a 4th guy, though, because I got to have as many candidates as possible.
Well, we'll hopefully see in a minute. Maybe if A&M loses at home to Mississippi State. No, because Mississippi State's a good team. It's not like
Mississippi State's a good team. Like they have to lose in a dumb way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I can't just say, LOL, you lost. Iowa State, you're dumbass of the week. When it's like, what are you talking about? There are people infinitely more dumb.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not an easy pick to find 4 people, but I think that I will get that. I'll have the poll up before we go off the air tonight, so people can vote on it.
Zep also pointed this. Inverse to the undefeated, there are only 3 winless teams left. UMass, Sam Houston, and Oregon State, all looking for a win like Jim Perry, pleading for a stingy buyer to bid on a sale of the century instant bargain.
That's a long fucking comparison.
Yeah, I don't even fully know. Who's Jim Perry?
I'm sorry, Zep. I appreciate you, buddy. Zep, by the way, guys, he's one of the guys that's actually helped out with the channel with getting me some of the sound effects and just
he did
graphics as well.
Yeah, he did the same for me with my Twitch stream. So
hell of a guy. Thank you,
Oh,
Zep.
yeah.
I hope you've given us smaller creators.
Yes, Zep, you're the goat.
Absolutely. I told him earlier I needed to find Hank Hill sound effects for me, and he's like, "Why?" And I sent him the fucking.
Okay. Here's something. Arkansas State. Apparently, that can be a 4th option for you. Arkansas State had a 99.9% chance to win with 1:04 left, and they lost by 1.
An honorable mention. Worst case, it ends up in rapid fire. I mean. This is what I love about rapid fire. I came up with a rapid fire after I think it was a not JFKH. I can't remember who it was specifically on my Patreon. Which, by the way, go to my Patreon and join and to become a member of the Red Patreon Army, so you can get early access to my uploads and some more perks like some behind the scenes shit. Yeah, I was gonna say I thought it was you, JFKH. I can't remember off the top of my head, but. It was I think it was him. He suggested this in the comments that I make like an honorable mentions section, and I have thought about it, sat on it, and it eventually turned into rapid fire. I literally came up with it within an hour on the afternoon. Yeah. So I mean, it was much needed because I don't have time to do what Squid Tart does and go line by line through like over 16 games or 20 games for a week. Like that's the one thing there that is difference between me and Squid Tart. I know people are like, well, Squid Tart's got college and he's got a job and all this and that. Like I know, but here's the difference between me and Squid. He's just got himself to worry about. That's the advantage. That's why Squid can probably do more than I can. It's because he only has himself. He doesn't have to worry about a mortgage and 2 kids. I mean, I'm not saying that's a detriment. It's a great thing to have a mortgage and 2 kids, especially one that doesn't kill you on the money. But downside of having kids is that you have less time to do things for yourself. So,
and no, I'm not going to get into that. I'll say it over Discord or something. Or nah, never mind. I'm not going to say it.
Okay, probably not a good thing then. But yeah, no, I mean, like, so the plan is, I know somebody is like, all right, Red, you're going to make a greatest game out of this, right? I'm like, no, I'm not going to make a greatest game. I don't have time because I have to work a 40-hour-a-week job. And I have to take care of 2 kids. Now, if I didn't have to work a 40-hour-a-week job anymore, I would definitely do greatest games, and I would make As No Bird its own videos again, and I would do many more videos a week. But I don't make a lot of money doing this, so I can't justify doing that yet. The goal is if we reach a certain subscriber threshold, and I get sponsorships eventually, then yeah, we could probably take this full time. But that's something that is very much still in the future, far future. All right, we are growing at a pretty good clip. I think we might hit 10,000 by the national championship, which is fucking insane to think about. Greatest game is Squid's job. I mean, yeah, but I do want to make like separate videos like that too that highlight individual games. I really want to do that because that you can take you can do so much more when you make a game a standalone video than you can when you're shoving it in with a bunch of other games. Because you can take the audience on a ride. You can take the viewer on a ride in a video like that. But I give props to Squid. Dude fucking murdered himself this week trying to make those 2 videos. I talked to him a little bit, and he worked on those 3 videos this week from literally anytime he got any free time, Sunday until this morning. I don't know how the fuck I don't know. I like the dude is insane. He is genuinely insane. He has earned the following he has, and I have the highest of respect for him because of what he has done. Like, it's insane to think about what he can do. I wish I could do what he does. I do things my own way, though. And I'm happy with the way I do things. Oh, Red's OBS. That's a fun one. We got to do that. Yeah, fuck that. Red's OBS for crashing out the first 7 minutes of the live stream.
Oh, there's your fourth option. There's your fourth option. Right. Instead of Arkansas State, you said.
I like that. It ain't going to win, but fun.
Yeah,
because then people are going to be like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, what happened on Red's live? And then they'll come and click on the live.
Oh, okay, yeah. There's your 4 dumbass of the weeks. Penn State, which will probably obviously win. Texas, just for spiking that ball with 0 second, with like 1
Texas in general, they just got beat the fuck up by Florida.
We got freaking Maryland blowing a 20-point lead, and then your fourth option is your OBS being a real piece of crap.
Yeah, it was not. It was OBS and it was StreamYard for glitching out on me like that midstream. Like it was just fucking ridiculous, the whole thing. Crashed out like Miami Dolphin. Yeah, we're back from the half, by the way.
I'm glad Michigan won. It looks good for Oklahoma.
I'm not, but hey, whatever works for you, bud.
Yeah, we'll wait until the game or whatever that rivalry is called.
It's called the game because you can't make it any more bigger than what it is using words. It's the greatest rivalry in college football at the FBS level. I will defer and say that Army-Navy is right there with it, and I will respect that. But in the FBS level, the game is the greatest rivalry in terms of like importance of games and like how insanely like crucial they can be.
I don't know, that LSU Texas A&M rivalry has some arguments.
Man, fuck off with that rivalry. I'm sorry. Fuck off with that.
We do a little trolling.
Just trolling, but fuck off.
We do a little trolling here. No, that was a Yuktobani and strong drink.
That's Vidania. All right.
Zep gets the reference, obviously. That's callback to Ace Combat from my those games were the ones I was streaming first on Twitch.
Right. All right, so Minnesota's got the ball first to start the Ohio State's got the ball first to start the second half. 2nd and 9 for the Buckeyes at the 26-yard line. Keeping an eye on some of the other games we have going on here. Snap, saying back to throw, rolls to his left, still looking, throws it on the run. Caught. That's going to be a first down. Catch completed by Carnell Tate. He's having an excellent night tonight, by the way, Carnell Tate. He is playing extremely well. Not JFKH. I can read the Twitch chat and the YouTube chat. It's really only Zep on Twitch. That's the thing. I never talk about my Twitch channel because only like 1 or 2 people watch me on Twitch, which is fine. It is what it is. YouTube's where it's at. But
Zep's a real MVP for Twitch.
Yeah, like he's literally the only guy that ever watches me on Twitch, so I really appreciate him. 1st and 10 for the Buckeyes. Saying back to pass, throws it, caught, and that's going to be a 9-yard gain for the Buckeyes.
Memphis is running away with it against Tulsa, by the way, 28-7.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Yeah, it's in my bio. My Twitch is linked to both my YouTube description for my videos and in my YouTube bio. I just don't talk about it because it's just like I only ever use it live. Yeah, Twitch. There we go. We got a couple people on Twitch now. Just being curious. Very much there. Just a live stream on it. It's another way of me broadcasting my stuff. 2nd and 1 for the Buckeyes from the 49. And there's a flag down.
Flag.
Yeah, I can see both the Twitch chat and the YouTube chat on my StreamYard. That's one of the cool things about StreamYard is I can see both. Whenever I live stream, though, I can't video game content. I can only do it on YouTube because OBS hates it when you do multiple things. And I wish that I could get my OBS to work to where I could have my Twitch and YouTube up at the same time because I could probably grow my Twitch channel a little bit too. But yeah, it's not that important. It'd be fun, but I'm not too worried about it. First down, Ohio State, by the way. Scoreboard's lagging behind. Just we'll deal with it. I'm not caring at this point, to be honest. Ohio State continues to play really well on offense. Slow start, yeah, but solid defensively. I think the fact that Ohio State's defense is continuing to play extremely well like they have been is going to continue to just bail out the slow starts that these offenses continue to have. Because genuinely, it's fucking infuriating when this offense just doesn't cook. Jiffy013, the other Twitch viewer. What's up, Jiffy? We have 2 people on Twitch. Yay! All right. All right, so we got 11 and a half to go in the third. 2nd and 11 for the Buckeyes from the 47. Saying misses the fake handoff, and he's just going to scramble. That was a busted play. 3rd down coming up here.
Symphony. Can't spell English words right, so I have to use the mic on the phone. Me fail English, that impossible. Classic Simpsons, man.
Yeah. I'm trying to use some more clips from like old shows and shit to use in videos, and it's just you got to have the creative juices to think of like, okay, which clips, like which scenes are you looking for specifically?
Well, I have to say I have loved what you have done with your sports ball ones of just like including all the Ed and Eddie sound effects.
Yeah, that's something I loved it in Ed and Eddie as a kid growing up. Like
that was a great show. It's very much a show about nothing. It is very nothing to show.
Yeah, it's like ultimate. It was like brain rot before TikTok existed. So like it was great.
So somebody pointed this funny. If you're a fan of Ed and Eddie, you would probably love Trailer Park Boys because that's like the adult version of Ed and Eddie.
I would need to look that up. I haven't watched Trailer Park Boys yet.
I have seen some clips. It is absolutely hysterical. I made a spoiler for your car, buddy. Hey, listen, it's 8 hockey sticks and a piece of wood.
3rd and 22 for Ohio State after a penalty. And I don't know how they're going to get the first down here. Snap. Saying back to pass. Steps up in the pocket. Dumps off to Smith. And he's going to go nowhere quick. Minnesota gets a solid stop to open Ohio State's first half. Or they open the second half here against Ohio State. And, that's what you needed if you're the Gophers to try to get something going here. It's been all Ohio State so far. All right, so 4th and 24 coming up here for the Buckeyes. And Once again, if you're able to and you feel generous, feel free to make a donation in the chat. Donated messages get shown on screen immediately. Whatever question you have, I'll answer. And any amount will do. I think it's like if you throw over $50 my way, I'll chuck a beer. I got the alcohol on tap, so if you feel like it. But if not, no worries. We're all just chilling, watching college football together. Got a flag down. Normally I do the play-by-play and stuff like this, but like it's a little bit more chill tonight. What's up?
I just saw this. This is for Oklahoma. Keep in mind, Florida ranked 134th in the country with 3-point sacks coming into today. The Texas offensive line has been absolutely bullied, and that's just a picture of Brent Venables. Oh my gosh! At that Texas, my god,
dude.
Oklahoma's defense. Oh my gosh, I would love if they were going to be feasting like they did on
Oklahoma's defense might genuinely destroy Texas next week. I am not kidding. Like, they absolutely torched Auburn's offense a couple of weeks ago. They got like 9 sacks on Jackson Arnold, their old quarterback. Like, they genuinely might destroy the Longhorns in the Cotton Bowl.
I hope so. I want to run away with that one.
If Oklahoma runs away with that one with a backup quarterback, man, Texas is so fucked beyond belief.
And Ott, the running back from Cal that Oklahoma picked up, he finally started feasting today. That's not good for the SEC.
It's not.
Because now Oklahoma might be actually getting the running game back. Then again, it was also against Kent State's defense, so I'm not gonna freaking say,
don't count your chickens before they hatch.
I know he's not gonna. He didn't do much. Well, apparently, he's been hurt for a good chunk of the season already. He was barely in the Michigan game, but it's just like, if hopefully he can be absolutely able to feast upon for the rest of the season. But I'm not gonna make any. I cannot speak English tonight.
Mm-hmm. Who's the one drinking? You or me?
Yeah, I know. I'm not going to say that absolutely beating up on Kent State's defense will be the same as beating up on, say, fighting Alabama's defense or fighting against Texas's defense, because Texas has a pretty good defense still. They held freaking Ohio State to 14 points. What the heck does that say about? What does that say about the defenses there? At least it's either and then of course also, once again, Arch is looking like he is turning into be. I feel bad because I like the Manning family. I like those guys. You know, I like them.
Nobody hates the Mannings. We just give them shit for how they play. Like, that's the thing to remember. Like, no one actually hates the Mannings. I don't think anybody does, quite frankly. Even teams that they played against probably don't hate the Mannings.
Yeah.
I want Arch to succeed, but I also recognize that he's just green and probably needs more development.
And the problem is he doesn't have much time, though.
Yeah, here's the thing. At a certain point, it's no longer does Arch need more development, or is Texas not using him effectively? It's kind of hard to tell. Like, I can tell you right now, if you want to look at a case point example of a team that is not using their quarterback well, it's Pitt. Eli Holstein got benched today, and they put in a different quarterback, and immediately Pitt goes and blows out Boston College. Now, Boston College is Boston College. They're not that good of a team, all right? I'm not going to say that's the reason why they played so well, because Eli Holstein probably would have done similar. But you go up against Louisville, and you had leads both times, like twice. You had 10-point leads or more over Louisville twice in a ball game and still lose. That's not because of Eli Holstein directly. It's a combination of strategy and coaching. Because Eli Holstein's one of the top is a great quarterback. He was transferred from Alabama, went on the road, went to Pitt, and now he's been benched because Pat Narduzzi thinks he's suddenly the fucking problem. He's not. He's just not.
This was the same thing with Jackson Arnold last year for Oklahoma.
Jackson Arnold's a great quarterback, but it's about the system and how the coaching staff uses him. If you recognize the strengths and weaknesses of your quarterback, you're going to put him in a system that accentuates the strengths and tries your best to hide the weaknesses or to strengthen the weaknesses with other players around you. For example, case in point, Ohio State quarterback Will Howard last year. He was not a mobile quarterback. So what do? You establish a hell of a ground game, and you use the weapons at your disposal. Touchdown Miami, by the way.
Not really surprising.
No, the Canes, Miami's one of those teams that you always expect to turn into a pumpkin in October. And I don't know, man. This Hurricanes team is different. This Hurricanes team is different this year. I don't know if it's like the fact that they got.
They'll somehow blow it they'll somehow blow the ACC championship game, or they'll lose in their first game in the playoff.
If they make it there. Whoa, trick play by Ohio State on the punt return. From the 30, 25, all the way out to the 20-yard line. Fake return receipt. The punt returner caught the ball, threw it across the field. He threw a lateral to the other side of the field to another returner and gained about a good solid 30 yards on the punt return. I mean, that was an ingenious fake punt return play there. Well done by the Buckeyes. Thank you, Derpy. I appreciate that. I think everybody loves the John Gibble video. It's at 46,000 views now. Jesus Christ.
Oh my god. Oh my gosh. You know it's. Oh yeah, we got a bot here.
Fuck the bot. I ignore him. Ignore his ass.
Zep's pretty good at shutting them down on Twitch. But
yeah.
Oh my gosh. Just to go quickly back on the Mannings for a second. Just I love it when Peyton and Eli does like comedy stuff. Those guys are funny when they do that stuff. Like Peyton Manning when he did the freaking like United Way with those kids and he's freaking beating them up with a football. You suck.
Right.
That's funny. He was actually at that kid's wedding. That kid got in touch with him and he's like, "Hey, I was the kid you nailed in the back of the head in that one sketch," and he showed up to the wedding. So the Mannings are pretty good guys. It's just Arch, man. I feel like he just doesn't have it in him. Maybe we've seen this countless times before. We've seen this cases of like people just they're these great players from like upper echelons, and then they have their kids in the same sport, and then it's just like it's an absolute, we maybe put too much pressure on them and all that stuff. And then sometimes we put about the right amount of pressure and they still fail, like Bronny James.
Yeah, pretty much, honestly.
I mean, the only reason Bronny James is in the NBA is because of freaking LeBron. But that's a story for another day. Oh, well, that's real bad in NASCAR. Half the drivers are the children of other drivers, although some of them do back it up, or But no, freaking Corey LaJoy was not his dad. His dad Randy won like 2 Busch Series championships in the late '90s. Corey's just was at clearly a NASCAR plant of a driver, but yeah, obviously, if Alan was here, he could back me up on that one. Speaking of which, can you DM Alan? If you got this, well, actually, I can just switch over to Discord. I'm going to check on Alan.
Yeah, do that. All right. Everybody, congratulations to Zep. He's our first Twitch moderator for the channel. Now he has the ability to nuke bots. Because I can't do that from StreamYard for some fucking reason. And I can't really monitor both my Twitch and my YouTube chats very well. So, General-in-Chief of the Red Army. I like that. General-in-Chief of the Red Army.
I would have just said Marshall. that clip
Grand
from the
Marshal of the Red Army.
That clip from the Death of Stalin with Jason Isaacs as Marshall Zhukov. Dun 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 dun.
While we were bullshitting around, Ohio State got a touchdown.
Yeah, everyone come back. Woo! Who can stop me? Tell me. Who can stop me? What? Yeah! Woo!
Well, Allen's doing all right. He just said, "Yep, checking in." Okay, here we are. What? Good grief! This A&M Mississippi State game is ugly. This is about as bad as the freaking. This is as bad as the Penn.
When I stream FBS Report, I also stream it onto my Twitch. The only thing that I can't stream on the Twitch yet is my video game content, ironically enough. But I'll figure it out. Sorry, go ahead.
The A&M Mississippi game, this is as bad as the Penn Oregon game before they started scoring on each other.
The A&M their offense has been absolutely fucking in mud the entire night. Oh, never mind. I say that 15, 10, 5, all the way down to the 3-yard line. The Yankees go.
Wait, what happened?
A&M just got a massive break. I think it was Craver, their wide receiver, broke free for about 30 yards down inside the goal line.
Still says like 4th and 1 at Mississippi 17 with Mississippi State ball. I hit refresh.
That A&M game is just a fucking train wreck.
I would have just assumed that this was going to turn into another high-scoring shootout, like both teams that couldn't stop each other on offense.
Ethan ran out of a corn maze and came out with a 25-point lead. Hey, it sounds like Ohio State right about now. But yeah, for the couple of people that are watching over on Twitch, I also stream my weekly show with Squid Tard, the FBS Report. Miami just picked the ball off in the end zone on Florida State. It's a blowout in Tallahassee. Florida State, you're not quite there yet.
Still better than last year, that's for darn sure. They for sure are probably going to go bowling this year.
I don't think so.
I feel confident. I feel confident they can at least get 3 more wins.
I think so. I think that's not too crazy to say. I also think that, you never know what happens on any given Saturday, and they could get a couple of losses in a row. What I am going to just point out really briefly here, because again, we're watching. There's really no good football games on right now.
It's either blowouts or
the nightcap is really disappointing tonight, especially after last week. Touchdown A&M, especially after last week when we had those bangers. Like we had Penn State and Oregon in the slowest damn game you could possibly imagine, a defensive battle, and Alabama Georgia in one of the most overhyped matchups that turned out to be a little bit of a blowout for Georgia or for Alabama. Kind of a lot of nothing right at the moment, which is okay. I need to chill. Like, we need some chill because I got to kind of talk and think about what I'm going to do for Chaos Week 6. And workshopping some shit with you on the air right now is helping me out quite a bit with thinking of things I can type up and say later.
I have to say the only good games really are the 2 Big 12 games. Colorado versus TCU are tied at 14. Kansas and UCF tied at 20. There's some decent games because Colorado TCU tied at 14, Kansas UCF tied at 20.
Okay. Well, I mean, those are probably good games, but they're also not really.
Well, it depends on what you want.
Really.
Depends on what you want for a good game. Do you want like high scoring? Like you want friggin' the typical Big 12 shootout, both teams score 50. Which defense is gonna actually show up to make one stop? Or do you want
I
down?
hate both the game with a ton of offense and the game with a ton of defense. I like middle of the road. I like a good 31-24, 23-19 kind of game. You know what I mean? Where
Yeah.
one team scores 30, maybe 40, and the other team gets 20, maybe 30 max. I don't like a ton of like scoring because then it just feels like I'm watching arena football, which I don't mind arena football, but I'm not trying to watch arena football. I like to see a balance, you know. You want to have some scoring, but you want to have some defense too. You need both sides to make plays.
Okay, I am going
And
to
it
leave you.
really just depends on like what you got going on there.
I'm going to leave you for a couple of minutes, let you go solo again. Red, I need to take care of some quick things. I will be back in 10, 15 at least.
All right.
Oh, boy.
All right. Don't worry about it.
I don't even know what Luke M is referring to. I don't even want to know. Please, I'm hoping that's a typo.
I'm just gonna
I'm
Luke.
just
I'm gonna give you an opportunity to fix that because I'm gonna give you an opportunity right now.
Oh boy!
To correct yourself, and you're gone. No fucking place for that here.
No. There was a place you could have laughed and just said, and once again Franklin chokes.
We don't make
as
jokes
usual.
about that shit.
No. We no.
You make fun of Penn State all you want, but don't bring up that bullshit.
No. Just bring up the incompetence of James Franklin when it comes to freaking when it counts. Like Penn State needed to bounce back with an easy win.
And before people are like, "Oh, you gotta let," I thought everything was funny. Hey, man, I gave him a chance to correct himself. Most other people just ban immediately. I'm like, no. I'll give you a chance. Maybe you had a typo, or maybe you were. No, you're just being an asshole. Okay, fine. Go fuck yourself.
Well, I didn't know who he was referring to.
Like
I didn't know who he was referring to at first because I was just that's what I thought. I thought is that a typo? Who is he talking about? It's like, and he said Penn State. And like, oh, I get it now. Yeah, we're not.
Yeah, no, fuck that. I don't put up with that shit.
We're not talking about that incident. We're not talking
about that. You want to go
spew
bullshit like that? There's plenty of corners in the internet where you could say shit like that, but not here. We, believe it or not, have standards.
Oh no, Electro 85.
Oh, wait a minute. It's 28-3 Ohio State. Oh no. Oh, we're gonna lose.
Well, look how much time is left. It's getting close to the end of the third quarter. Maybe, and probably not. No, I don't know what the deal was. I still don't fully know what the heck happened to Atlanta that day, but let's be fully honest. That rarely happens.
Another touchdown for Miami,
and that's 28-3.
We got 2 28-3 games
late in the third quarters.
Yep.
It would be funny if
real.
It would be funny if one of them did end up turning around and coming back. I'm pretty sure you'd probably want Florida State to do that, Red, than you would Minnesota. George Stoya, who does Oklahoma stuff, he just tweeted, I think Miami might be the best team in the country. I can't fully argue with him on that one. You can make a good case for Miami. I can't disagree with him
either. He's looking really good. I mean, Miami's looking really good. Guys, question for chat. Should I make the Miami Florida State segment as the Doak Burns for Chaos Week 6?
If you want my opinion right now, no, it's not a Doak Burns thing.
Why not?
Look, it's not Florida State absolute collapsing. Okay, it's just they lost a close game against Virginia, which they probably should have won. But Miami, it's like, okay, this was obviously going to be a tough one, but where are they playing at? Are they playing in Miami?
They're playing in Tallahassee, so it is in the Doak itself. So I mean, it kind of makes sense, but I also don't really see. I don't I mean, obviously, it's going to be a part of chaos. I'm not saying I should make a separate fucking video for Florida State getting their asses blasted. I mean, like, should I make that segment of the video as the Doak Birds? Because I kind of want to make something special for the UNC thing, for the UNC blowout. A couple of people were teasing that you should make something special for North Carolina.
I got a suggestion. Do the Doak Burns, for the next few minutes as the Doak, and then just pause. It's like, you know what? This doesn't really. I mean, I don't. This doesn't really qualify as much. Just Florida State got absolutely ran over by Miami. It's the number 3 team in the country, and Miami has a strong case of
pace.
Miami has a strong. Miami has a strong.
I'll think about it.
Wait, let me finish, please.
Geared towards making the pop up for another week.
Let me finish. I'm trying to say, please. I'm trying to say, like, my tongue is tongue tied. It just won't let me speak the next word in that sentence. Miami has a strong case of being best team in the country.
Yeah, it doesn't help that your internet's cutting out on me either.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, okay. I would say that honestly, Miami at this point and Ohio State could be on a collision course in the playoffs. That's horribly ironic considering what happens the last time Ohio State and Miami played in a postseason game.
We'll have to see how Oklahoma does in the gauntlet. If Oklahoma runs that complete gauntlet, wins the SEC, they're undefeated. Then awesome. That'd be great.
If you had to pick the 4 teams that will have the first round bye, who would you pick right now?
Well, the SEC, that is just totally up for grabs. There's just too many options.
I don't think anybody in the SEC. Can I say something that might come off controversial? It's going to be a hot take. I don't think the SEC produces a first round bye team. You want to know why? Because it is so. It's okay, Luke. I forgive you. Just don't do it again.
Yeah.
It is so like chaotic, and it's such a cannibalistic conference. It reminds me of the Pac-12.
Yes.
Because everybody is beating shit out of everybody, and you're not going to have anybody undefeated left. You're not going to have anybody with only one loss. I think right now, as it stands, Mizzou's your best case scenario for getting a first round bye. Maybe Texas A&M, but they're struggling hard against Mississippi State right now. They're not blowing them out of the water. And I don't know if they go up against Bo Perbula tomorrow, if they would win.
I was going to say the options for
Weisball met Kurt Herbstreit. That's fun. What do you think, dude?
In terms of the SEC, again, Georgia's obviously a good team. Alabama's still a good team. We got Ole Miss that's been a surprise of this one, but again, this is Ole Miss. We've seen this time and time again. They have strong starts, and then somehow the wheels come off towards the end, and they end up losing like 2 or 3 games, especially losing a game or 2 that they should have easily won. They keep doing that. Look at what happened last year with Kentucky.
Sure.
And then we'll have to see with Oklahoma. Oklahoma has a very strong defense, and they've proven themselves to be handling. They took on Michigan pretty well. They took on Auburn, and not to say that. Look, Auburn struggled on the offense, but for crying out loud, that defense is pretty good. I won't argue with Auburn's defense. Michigan was a great game. That was a good challenge. So again, we'll have to see how this gauntlet goes. But if come back in a couple of weeks and Oklahoma's still undefeated, then I would strongly say, okay, I think Oklahoma might be one of your top contenders now. We just got to see how they can handle the gauntlet. So after a couple of weeks, because they're going to have to go to Tuscaloosa to play Alabama at Alabama. That's going to be tough. Not impossible. Alabama has been beaten at home, but yeah.
I'm not like thinking like it's do or die. Like I genuinely think the SEC is going to not have anybody in the first round bye, because I do think they end up having at least one team in. Because let's be honest here, between Texas A&M, Georgia, and Mizzou in Alabama, it's literally a toss-up. Weisball with the 5. I went to game day today, and it was fun. I met Kirk Herbstreit. and took a picture with Big Al. That is what I call a successful Saturday, sir. Well fucking done. And thank you for the donation, man. It is always appreciated. If you want to get your comments shown on screen, feel free to drop me a donation in the comments. Any comment will do. Any amount will do for the getting your comment on stream. I don't know how that would work on Twitch if you decided to do it on Twitch. Just saying.
The other conferences
yeah.
you were asking who the other buys are. The other conferences, that one's a lot more obvious. ACC, probably Miami. I can't see anybody else really putting much competition to them. The
Georgia Tech could sneak in to potentially buy discussion because they're undefeated.
Virginia.
They're off this week. That's why we haven't talked about them. Virginia's still hanging around too. But are they going to be considered on the same level as Miami?
I don't fully know. I don't know.
As we reach the end of the third quarter and close with a game that we haven't talked about in minutes. ACC is really fucking interesting if you think about it, because like you got a lot of teams right now that have only gotten like one loss. You don't have a lot of like bad teams. Okay, you got a couple of bad teams, but it's not the teams that you thought you would see. It's fucking Clemson as a 3-loss team. They're not going to be in the ACC championship, right? You have Duke, who everybody thought could be a dark horse, kind of stinking up the joint a little bit. Miami, everybody expected Miami to kind of be in the discussion, but they're not really there. Virginia, who the fuck thought Virginia was going to be in the conversation right now?
Nobody.
Seriously, I don't fucking think. Who? Exactly. So it's wide open. Arctic Phoenix with the $2. Thank you, Arctic. Who is the American? Memphis, USF, or Tulane? That's another conversation we need to have. Who is the group of 5 guy? It's going to be somebody from the American, because there's no other conference right now I think that can justify it.
Other than maybe North Texas, but we'll have to see on that.
North Texas is the lone exception, but I also have to ask, who have they played at a certain point?
That's true.
Like, if they're undefeated, they're undefeated, but who do they play? They beat Washington State. That's about it.
That's
about it.
Okay.
Not quite sure right now.
All right. Big Ten, that one's fairly obvious. It's probably
Thank
Ohio
you
State.
again for $2. I appreciate it, man.
Ohio State's probably the obvious front runner for the Big Ten.
If you ask me right now who I think is the top 4 they're getting the bye, it's Ohio State, Mizzou, Miami, and I want to say...
Well, wait, why the freak are we saying Mizzou? Who have they played?
They're 5-0, dude. You got to throw them in there.
So is Oklahoma, but they beat Michigan. They beat Auburn. Meanwhile,
okay, it's too early to say at this point. There's so much on the. You know what? Okay, you're right. You're right. I'm sorry.
The SEC is too early to say. Meanwhile, the other conferences are a little more easier to point out. Miami's the strong front runner for the ACC. Ohio State for the Big Ten, obviously. The Big 12, yes. Texas Tech.
Yes.
Texas Tech. Well, actually, let me quickly check that score. What's that score now?
Oh, boy. The Big 12 is a wreck. The Big 12 is a fucking wreck.
Oh, 28-11 in Texas. Make it 35-11. Yeah, Texas Tech is smoking Houston. That's pretty much a done deal now.
Yeah, definitely.
Texas Tech is, with all that money they spent. I think Texas Tech has at the very least earned a place of saying, yeah, they might be the front runners of the conference, because TCU's having trouble. I mean, TCU and Texas Tech looked like they were the two teams.
It's always fun.
Yeah, they were the 2 contenders for the Big 12, but after TCU lost, and now they're struggling with Colorado. They could lose this game to Colorado. Then at that point, I'm like, yeah, they're probably not in the case anymore.
Yeah, probably not. I would say right now, I know we don't talk about the MAC too much, because in terms of national championships, they're never really in the discussion at all. But the MAC, they've kind of accepted what they are, and that's why they're one of the most fun conferences to be in. I think that, genuinely speaking, right now, the most chaotic of all the conferences has to be the ACC if you're talking Power 4 only. Because, yeah, the Big 12 is the Big 12. They're going to continue to kind of be a little bit chaotic, but you got a lot more teams in there with one loss right now, I think. You don't really have a whole lot of unbeatens left now that Iowa State's out. BYU is undefeated. That's about it.
Oh, I almost forgot about BYU. Yeah, BYU.
And while we were talking, we got ourselves a touchdown, Ohio State.
Yeah, everyone come back. Woo! Who can stop me? Tell me. Who can stop me? What? Yeah! Woo!
It's you-know-who, Jeremiah Smith on the touchdown catch from Julian, saying that's going to effectively put the game to bed.
Yeah, this one's over. This one's over.
Anyway,
I think
Akbar, you were going to say something. I'm sorry. Yeah,
this,
it's over.
this
We're not talking about the game anymore for a reason.
Yeah, Miami, that one's probably over. Texas A&M, if they score a touchdown this drive, I think that might be it. They're
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
they're like I said. It's like college football blew their load in the 3:30 window.
Yeah. Okay. Like I said, I needed to leave for a few minutes there. Okay, now I gotta go. I will be right back. I'll be back in 10. Take over for me, like
All right,
I
cool.
did for you. All right.
Yeah, no worries, man. Take your time. All right. I think Cincinnati at Arctic has a good shot of making Arlington at this point. They could be a shocker in Texas, but I don't know if they're going to win it. I still like Iowa State to win it all, and I really like Texas Tech to win it all. So I don't think Cincinnati's going to win it all. But what a comeback for Satterfield and company for being on the hot seat to take it out one of the top teams in your conference. Field rush and all. I mean, that's the biggest win Cincinnati has had in quite some time since Luke Fickell left. So you got to love it if you're Cincinnati. Like, you're in a really good spot. No matter what, you're playing with house money at this point. So, I mean, well done to the Bearcats. Being a Cincinnati native, I've always had a soft spot for the Bearcats. So it's nice to see that they're doing all right. Well, I mean, Cincinnati's going to make a bowl game, I think, at this rate. If they're good enough to beat Iowa State, a really good football team, they're going to make a bowl game. Keep in mind, though, let's not sugarcoat it, okay? It was a great win, touchdown Texas A&M. I think they're going to win this game. Let's not get carried away here. Iowa State did have some players that were out because they were injured, especially in the corners and secondary. They had some hurt guys. So how much of this fucking win was them being injured and how much of it was Cincinnati actually being pretty good? We think that they're doing pretty well, and I think they are. I think they'll definitely make a bowl game. And I think right now, beating Iowa State, you have to start thinking of them as potential dark horse candidates for the Big 12 championship. But do I think they're legitimately going to win the conference and make the playoffs? Probably not. Probably not. Let's get off of Cincinnati for a minute, though. Yeah, no, the city of Cincinnati needs the Bearcats to be good right now. There's no other football that's watchable right now. The Bengals are trash. Literally the only thing that's good in Cincinnati right now is our soccer team, FC Cincinnati, which it's not a bad thing. I love FC Cincinnati, but it's harder to follow them because of their TV deal with Apple. I don't want to spend the fucking money. I spend too much money to be a sports fan as this. Yeah, so anyways, I think the Reds made the playoffs. That's fun. FC Cincinnati is going to make the MLS playoffs. That's fun. Football-wise, we're kind of fucked. Well, the Bengals are playing without Joe Burrow, and we all knew their defense was suspect, and I don't think Zach Taylor's job is in danger here. I think the people that are in danger are the people that thought this offensive line was going to protect fucking Joe. But we're not an NFL channel, so we're going to move on because I don't want to be depressed. Kansas and UCF are having a duel. Hell yeah. Let's take a look here and see what they got going on. Like I say, guys, this game with Ohio State is kind of in the rags. We already know it's pretty much over at this point. We're just kind of shooting the shit. So if you're a diehard Buckeye, we're not focusing too much on Ohio State. Sorry, it's kind of a done deal there. But I do want to see what's going on with Kansas and UCF. And I'm also going to take down Miami at Florida State. That one is fucking done. I'm building up my multi-view on YouTube TV, so just bear with me a second here. I kind of want to put on the Wyoming game. Let's do that. All right, cool. Oh, I honestly thought it was snowing in Wyoming, and it's actually hail. It's kind of crazy to think about. Is it snow or is it hail? Somebody please confirm. I'm just going to look it up, actually. What the fuck am I doing? I have a goddamn YouTube channel. It is snow. It is snow. So that is snow on the field in Wyoming. It's early October. It's awesome. The American Conference is a crapshoot. I think South Florida is the best chance to win the conference when Memphis is the most consistent team and Tulane is the highest ceiling. It's a great analysis, Arctic. I think you're about spot on there. If you ask me who I think is going to win that game, it's going to win the conference and make the group of 5 spot. I'm going to go ahead and just say it's probably going to wind up being Memphis for the same reason as them being consistent. The consistent teams are usually the ones that put themselves in the best position to make the playoff. It's not really the most flashy, although Retzlaff has done a great job at Tulane, and he's obviously great player. Tulane needs a lot more. And I don't think they have enough to make it at this point, but you never know. The group of 5 playoff spot, it's wide open still. We really don't know at this point who's going to make it in, and whoever does is not going to be, it's not going to be a fucking. What's the word for it? It's not going to be a tough opponent to beat. The group of 5 is probably the toughest fight in college football because of the fact that you got to deal with, if you lose one game more than your other opponent, there's no second chances. I just appreciate the fact that they're including them in it. So you can't just be like, oh, well, I'm number 12. Well, hey, buddy, in case you didn't know, you really got to be in the top 11 to make the playoffs. Ohio State's defense is playing absolutely terrific. Like it's absolutely astonishing to me that Matt Patricia has taken the reins of the Ohio State defense and turned them into a goddamn wrecking crew. Minnesota might put up 10 points on Ohio State tonight because they are driving the ball right now. But, you're not going to win a football game if you're only scoring 10 points. Ohio State doesn't need to give up under 10 points a game to win football games because all they need is to give it to Jeremiah Smith twice and they win. Hot take, I prefer these playoffs because it allows conferences in who don't have a dominant team. You're absolutely correct. I think the 12-team playoff is great because it does a couple of things. It gives teams that it completely kills the whole, well, I bet if this team made it in, they would have won it idea. There's 12 teams in there. If you're not one of the 12, sorry. You had multiple chances. I was afraid a lot of people were nervous when this thing started. It's like, oh, okay, games are going to mean less. No, if anything, they mean about the same. Games mean the same. as they did before. If anything, it makes, because of the way conference realignment worked out, games are more important now than ever. If you think about it, it's not just about like, oh, if you lose once, you're out of the national championship picture and your season's fucking over. No. Now it's, okay, you lost one, but how does this affect their conference standing the rest of the season? How many other teams are they possibly going to fall against? You know, like it means a lot more now, I think, because of how college football has worked itself out. Get sued by the SEC. Yeah, whatever, man. They don't own that trademark. 3rd and 11 coming up for the Gophers. It's not like I got poker chips, but really I got beer caps. And I'm just scoring another touchdown. It is we got 28-3 scores in college football right now. Texas A&M is going to run away with it in Aggie land. In Ohio State, well, we had 28-3 scores. Ohio State's up 35-3 now. Yeah, A&M's going to win this one convincingly. They're going to go into the top 5, I think, next week with this win. It's a solid Mississippi State team they're beating. Yeah, it gives other conferences a chance. Like, imagine if North Texas actually goes undefeated. Are the committee going to really keep out an undefeated Group of 5 team? I don't think they will. Aggies are gigging some Bulldogs. SEC would be a fan of the new playoffs if they could actually do something in them. Oh, God. Yeah. I find it hilarious how the SEC practically eliminated itself within the first 2 rounds last year. It was glorious. I think only one SEC team made the Final Four, and that was Texas. You had Notre Dame and Penn State in one semifinal, Ohio State, Texas in the other semifinal, and it was Ohio State against Notre Dame for the national championship. The SEC was basically a non-factor. I fucking love it. And the other reason why the SEC is not able to have as much success is because they can't hoard all the best players anymore like they used to. NIL has made it so fucking hard to keep all those great players on your roster. And it allows something we have rarely seen in college football. Parity. Equal teams. Teams, up-and-coming programs to have a chance. College football is so used to having the same 10 teams at the top of the heap. You don't have that anymore. Sure, the top teams are still the top teams, but these other guys are catching up, and they're catching up quick. I think it's only a matter of time before the power dynamics of college football get fully flipped. All you need to compete in college football nowadays is a power program with a lot of money. And by power program, I mean a Power 5, Power 4 program. If SMU last year made that incredible run on the backs of $100 million from their alumni and NIL boosters. Vanderbilt right now is making the run they've made because of the backs of the NIL and alumni and boosters. Think about it. I think within the next 5 years, minimum, the power dynamics of football are going to change for college football. I think we're going to see a lot more teams being brought down. It's not like the power, it's not like we're going to see group of 5 teams making the jump, because the group of 5 schools, they don't have the money to compete. They'll have great teams occasionally, but they're going to be a lot, fewer, less frequent. You're going to get a lot more teams in your power conferences kind of evening the scales a little bit. You're going to see a lot more of those guys. You're going to have your academic schools, obviously, that continue to lag behind. I don't think Northwestern's going to become a football power anytime soon, but I also think that they're not going to be as much of a pushover as they used to be. The teams that adapt to the new landscape of college football quicker are the ones that reap the most benefits. And that's why Indiana is now a power, like a top 4 to win the Big Ten at this point. Without a doubt. Without a fucking doubt. Indiana is probably going to be in there towards the end of the season as one of the top teams in the conference. And they got to play Oregon next week. And if they beat Oregon, look the fuck out, because the Hoosiers could be in the Big Ten championship. And I think they got a really good shot to do it. Problem is they got to go on the road to Eugene. That's not an easy thing to do. But if they can do it, I mean, they put up 63 points on Illinois. And Illinois is not a bad football team at all. Illinois is a really good football team. I give Brett Bielema shit, but, like, he still has a good football team up there in Champaign. And Ohio State cannot start slow against Illinois next week. The battle for the Yellow Block, it is extremely important that they get off to a fast start, because if they start slow, Illinois is going to make them pay. I think Altmaier is going to be the best quarterback they've faced so far, and he is actually going to put up some points on that Ohio State defense. By the way, they got the backups in for Ohio State against Minnesota at this point, so this fucker's beyond over. You got Keenholz in the game right now, quarterback. Sands got some bench for the rest of the night. He don't need to do anything else. But I appreciate you all being here for this. This has been fun. It's been a really chill stream. Normally, for streams like this, it's kind of stressful, but it's been really chill. Riley is so ass. Dude, Lincoln Riley is probably one of the biggest frauds in all of college football. I will not mince my fucking words about that son of a bitch. He took a fucking team that was Oklahoma and basically transplanted some of their best players to California to make USC into a contender, which never fucking happened. Lincoln Riley should be fired. If you want a head coach right now that deserves to be fired without a shadow of a doubt, I'm not picking James Franklin first. I'm picking Lincoln Riley. That dude's been needing to be fired since last year at minimum. And why USC hangs on to him is because of the fact that they don't want to be embarrassed that they bought in so much onto the fishhook. There is no bigger fraud other than Brian Kelly than Lincoln Riley. What the fuck has he done? Genuinely, what the fuck has he done? I'm buzzed and I'm on a rant, but what has he done? USC, LSU, same thing. I think of Brian Kelly just like I think of Lincoln Riley. They are both fucking fraudulent. They don't know what the fuck they're doing half the time. I guarantee it. I respect certain college football coaches. I have no respect for either of those dudes. Fucking none. If anybody wants to try to change my mind and challenge me on it, please do. I would love to gain just a shred of respect for Brian Kelly or Lincoln Riley. The problem is I got none for either one. I gave Ryan Day a lot of shit last season, and it's because I'm a diehard Buckeye, and I think that, we should have beaten Michigan. We should have won the Big Ten. But he takes the talent that's on that football team and uses it to the best of their ability. Lincoln Riley does not fucking do that. How do you regress with Caleb Williams as your quarterback to a 7-5 season at one point? Okay, 3 Heismans? Who the fuck cares? What did he do with those Heismans? What did he win? What conference titles does he have? I'm waiting.
What did I miss?
Oh, you went 8-4 with Caleb. I was going on a full-on rant about Lincoln Riley and Brian Kelly. The alcohol is doing something to me. I feel pretty good right now, and I have no filter now.
Would you like?
What happened in Oklahoma with Lincoln Riley? Oh yeah, you guys lost like 3 straight playoff appearances, right? Is that correct?
No, you know what? You know what?
Akbar, our resident Sooner fan, agrees with me.
Just get the heroin. Something to dull the pain.
Nah, fuck the beer. We're going straight to drugs.
and not just like smoking weed or something. We're going to straight hardcore. That's black tar heroin.
We're going straight to meth. Riley was just standing on Bob Stoops' success. Absolutely correct.
Yes.
And you know what? Bob Stoops should leave Kentucky immediately. He wanted out last year from what I heard earlier. Is that right?
Mark Stoops.
Oh, wrong Stoops. My bad. I'm drunk.
Yeah, but the thing is, Bob, he liked Lincoln Riley, and he thought, "Oh, this guy would be great to stay with the program." But it's just like, if I keep staying as a head coach, somebody's going to take him away. He's not going to stick around. He's going to want a head coaching job somewhere. So Bob Stoops thought, "Oh, maybe it's best I retire and all that stuff, and then let him take over." And then he would be kind of stuck at Oklahoma. Well, that didn't work out.
Well, while we were talking touchdown Ohio State. Go Buckeyes. All right, baby.
Yeah, everyone's on back. Woo! Who can stop me? Tell me. Who can stop me? What? Yeah! Woo!
Holy crap.
I mean,
what the heck happened to A&M and Mississippi State? That thing turned around fast.
Mississippi State's defense ran out of gas.
Just like OU. Just like OU last year. That's what was happening last year.
They're reviewing the touchdown. It looks like they're going to call the touchdown back. He was just short of the goal line. Lincoln Keenholz was. So we'll have to cue up the graphic again. Jiffy's going to say something controversial. I'll say something controversial. The SEC was not that much of a threat, just Alabama. The others were pretty much one-year wonders. Honestly,
you can't.
I think it was kind of like what the Big Ten is now. You had Alabama, and then depending on the year, it was either LSU or Auburn or Florida or Georgia, and then they would immediately regress, and then some other team would step up to the mantle. Now Lincoln Keenholz sneaks it in for an actual touchdown.
Yeah, everyone's on back. Woo! Who can stop me? Tell me. Who can stop me? What? Yeah! Woo!
Yeah, I'm sorry, Gopher fans. You all, I mean, thanks for coming, I guess. That's the only thing I can really say at this point. I mean, we all knew what we were kind of getting into. I didn't think that Minnesota was going to be this dominated this much, but honestly, it's not surprising considering how ironclad that Ohio State defense is. So, I mean, well done for the Buckeyes. They got this one pretty well in hand. A&M, the reason why they're winning this game primarily 28-9 is because they have over 250 yards of rushing. Mississippi State doesn't even have 100 yards on the ground. Let's see. If you want me to say something, I think that might be a little controversial. I don't think Minnesota should settle for what they have with PJ Fleck. I think PJ Fleck's a great coach. I remember watching him back when he was a coach at Western Michigan and thinking, wow, this guy is a really, really good coach. He took a MAC school and took them to levels that MAC schools rarely go to, which includes the Cotton Bowl. So, like, I know that PJ Fleck's a great coach, and I know that his relationship with Minnesota is pretty ironclad because Minnesota they've been going to bowl games. They've had winning seasons. They beat their rivals. Like, you can't complain on the surface, but your last national championship was in the 30s, and their last Big Ten championship was when? Like, at a certain point, you can't just be satisfied with 6 wins in a bowl game. Like, you gotta.
Oh, my gosh. Speaking of natties from long ago, did you see that SEC short sketch where recently where Auburn was saying it's not easy being a 9-time national champion in Virginia?
Oh, that shit. Oh, my God. They're no better than Alabama with some of their title claims. Like, what the fuck?
Regina from Lost Claims was like, oh, for crying out, Harvard, do something about it. You'll take 1910 away from my cold, dead hands. Scallywag.
Dude, like,
It's Josh and sepia tone tackling.
Dude, I am not going to fucking even try to defend it. Like the fact that Empire, the great YouTuber Empire, who is another, if you don't know who Empire is, man, go look up Empire. His videos on college football are fucking cinema. I can only aspire to do what he does. You go when Empire is over here. I think it was him that took down those national title claims. I'm going to look it up actually just to make sure because I don't want to credit the wrong people.
I've never heard of this guy. How did I not? Oh no.
Yeah, so he made a video like 3 weeks ago, Empire, who actually just got passed by Squid Tar. That's crazy to think about because he was originally like the guy that was in the lead for all the smaller up-and-coming college football YouTubers. And I fucking love the dude. He's even told me before like how much he loves the BCS videos I made. He took when Empire takes out the fucking time to tell Auburn your 9 national title claims are full of shit. Your claims are full of shit, dude.
Matt Mitchell with his SEC roll call was also funny when he was talking about like Auburn. It's like I won 5 more championships. Retroactively, it's like, okay, how much does that make? 9. So in your make believe world, you still said me Alabama claims.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of wanted to do something similar with Alabama and just say, okay, well, Alabama's got this many national title claims. You know, let's see how many of them are actually legitimate. And I kind of wanted to do that with an entire history video and just kind of fuck around with it. But I also just don't have time. Auburn has legit 2 natty claims max. Agreed. I know some people can say that, well, what about 2003? And you know what? I'm okay to give them 2003 because 2003 was already a clusterfuck. And they should have. They went like, 12-1 that year, won the SEC, but didn't make the BCS national championship because of LSU or some shit. I can't remember how all that worked out. I don't think they didn't win the SEC. I think they did lose they lost to LSU, who then won the SEC and went to the BCS title game. That was Auburn's only loss that season. So I can kind of understand the claim because your only loss was to the eventual national champion. The rest of them I don't fucking get. The rest of them I legitimately don't get at all. It's ridiculous. Honest to God, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I don't think Oklahoma's ever gone that far of trying to like claim other, you know.
Well, hey, bud, let's look it up real quick. Actually,
I don't even think they've actually, you know, there's any national titles for them to claim. I think they've only won the 7.
Let's see. Hang on. So claimed national titles, and they have 10 unclaimed total. Oh. So let's go to the claim. I don't fucking know. We all know that the NCAA never did figure out this bullshit. Even UCF claim was better than Auburn's. You're absolutely right. And I have to admit, UCF's claim is legitimate because the NCAA says it is.
They didn't give them a chance.
Won 1950. You guys went 10-1, 6-0. They won the Sugar. You lost the Sugar Bowl. Yeah, that claim's bullshit. Sorry.
What?
You lost the Sugar Bowl in Kentucky in 1950. You went 10-1. That claim is not existent. Revoking the claim. 1955. You went 11-0 and won the Orange Bowl. Okay, 55 is legit. 56. You went 10-0 and won the Big 7 championship. Okay, so you went back-to-back in 55 and 56. Those 2 are legit. 50 I'm not going to give you. 74. Let's see, 11-0. Okay, that claim is also legit, 100%. 75, back-to-back. Did you win all your games? You win 11-1, but you won the Orange Bowl against Michigan, who was ranked. Let's see. Michigan was ranked number 5. Okay, I'll give it to you. So back-to-back at 75, 76, 85.
With Barry Switzer.
Yeah, 11-1, won the Orange Bowl over Penn State. Penn State's rank going into that game was number 1 in the nation. Yeah, you were in that one, 100%. 2000.
No competition on that one.
Yeah, no doubt. And then 2000, obviously, we already kind of know about it from our BCS video. Won the BCS national championship against Florida State. Went 13-0, Big 12 title. Yeah. Okay. You guys have more legitimate national title claims than Auburn.
I did not know about
only
the
like one national title claim that I would say is a little bit like
suspicious. And as an OU fan, I would argue in favor of that. I would argue of like, yeah, we lost the sugar. Wait, why the heck did we win the national championship then?
Well, it's simple. Back then, it's because they gave out national championship awards before the bowl games because they saw the bowl games as exhibitions on actual content.
Oh, that's right.
It wasn't until like the late 60s that the AP finally realized that, hey, these bowl games actually matter. And they started awarding national championships after the bowl games. Because back then, they were giving out bowl invites 4 games into the season. College football was fucking weird back in the 50s and before then. Like, it was weird, dude.
Canadians are weird.
USC has 6 they don't claim, 11 they claim, 9 NCAA recognized, but fuck the NCAA. We have 11. That's the spirits.
So wait a second. You said Oklahoma has 10 that they haven't claimed. Apparently,
they have a total of 10 national championships to include the ones. Hang on 1 second here. I'm going to double check it. What did it say? Because I'm a little slurred with my speech, and I don't want there to be any confusion. We got just over 2 minutes left in the Ohio State game. This one's fucking over. We're all just shooting the shit right now. Oklahoma, you have 7 national titles claimed officially, and you have 10 unclaimed. Those seasons are 1915, 1949. Yeah, so you have a total of you could have a total of 17 national titles, but you don't.
I don't see Oklahoma going out of their way to claim those.
No, they don't. They there's an unclaimed title for 2003 even, but they don't have it. 1915. What the fuck happened there? 10-0. Yeah, why the fuck don't you claim that? You guys won the Southwest Conference that year.
Yeah, that's one. Yeah, they were briefly in the Southwest Conference in the during World War I.
What the fuck? Okay, 1949, 11-0, and you won the Sugar Bowl against LSU. What the fuck?
What the heck?
Actually, legitimately.
Okay, yeah, the 19. Wait, okay, hang on. We're gonna since these games are blowouts, this is just turned into. Let's talk about teams and national title and like what this is turned into the Oklahoma Sooners podcast.
Yeah, I guess so. 49 Oklahoma Sooners. You guys didn't claim the national title, even though you beat number 12 Texas and number 19 Santa Clara.
The freak?
And your defense didn't give up, and your defense shut out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 opponents, including LSU in the Sugar Bowl.
Woo!
Why the fuck don't you claim that national title?
Okay, I'm gonna quickly look.
That was a year before you guys claimed the 1950 title too. That makes no goddamn sense. That one should be.
Okay, hang on. Complete list of football. Okay, let's see. Who won 1915? Cornell? What?
You lost to the Ivy League.
That joke's on you, Ohio State.
He got beat by the nerds.
What is wrong with this conference? They're a bunch of nerds. Okay, wait, hang on. I gotta see this.
That's so funny. Cornell beat Oklahoma for the national championship in 1949. Holy shit.
It says Cornell and It says Cornell and Pittsburgh won.
Pittsburgh I can understand, but Cornell.
Let's see. Pittsburgh won. Okay, well, let's see. Pittsburgh went 8-0. Look back at Oklahoma. How did they do in 1915?
Oh my God. Whew, that was funny. Like, that's not even like, I can understand losing to Cornell in the 1915 one, but like 1949, the days of the Ivy League dominance were gone by that point. What?
Good grief. Fuck? Look at this. 1915 Eastern College football independence record. Holy crap. How many teams are on here? Williams.
Well, conferences weren't really 100% like across the board yet.
Yeah, listen to these. Listen to these. Williams, Vermont, Bucknell, Gettysburg, New Hampshire, Rhode Island State, Boston College, Penn, NYU, Holy Cross.
I'm going to
Geneva,
stop you
Temple.
there. I'm going to stop you. Keep in mind as well, they didn't have they didn't have university and college divisions yet. So
Okay, fine.
everybody
But
was Division 1.
Fine. But here's the thing. What was Oklahoma's record? Did you not say they went 10-0 in freaking
Yeah, they went 10-0, 3-0 in the Southwest Conference. They won their conference championship. They beat up
Cornell went 9-0. I say 1915 Oklahoma should claim that.
I agree. They should claim that. Let's see who they beat. Let's see. Kingfisher. Who the fuck is Kingfisher?
No idea.
A college that no longer exists. Southwestern Oklahoma. Who is that? A Division II school nowadays. Northwestern Oklahoma. A Division II Oklahoma State school.
Well, that ain't Tulsa, that's for sure.
Mizzou, Texas, Kansas. Who the fuck's Kendall? Harry Kendall College doesn't exist anymore. Arkansas, Kansas State, Oklahoma A&M, aka Oklahoma State.
That is some good competition.
Oh, no. Here's the thing, though. You played Texas and you beat them 14-13.
Oof.
And they went 6-3. So
okay, I'm looking at.
You also won 14-13 to Kendall, who went 6-1-1 in their own conference.
Okay, I'm looking at this. Okay, Cornell beats Gettysburg 13-0. Oberlin, they're Division III, 34-7. Williams, I can't even tell, but 46-6. Bucknell 41-0. Harvard 10-0. VPI, Virginia Agricultural Mechanical College and Polytechnic Institute. God, what a mouthful. 45-0. Cornell went to Ann Arbor, played Michigan, won 34-7.
Okay, they're the national champions then. Sorry.
You know what? I take it back. I think Oklahoma could claim it if they want to, but I'm not going to argue against Cornell. I mean, especially going to
they beat Michigan on the road, but that's a good one. You can't top that. Anyway, we're running out of time because Ohio State's about to clock this one out in Columbus.
Yeah, this Ohio State has 6 unclaimed. I don't know the deal. If some of those those unclaims could be claimed, I'd say take them maybe, but
No, I don't think any of the unclaimed ones I think Ohio State should take. Anyway, we got the kneel down, and that is all she wrote from Columbus. The final score, Ohio State 42, Minnesota 3. The streak continues for the Ohio State defense. They have yet to give up more than 10 points a game to anybody. And the Ohio State offense just feasted on the goddamn Gophers. I almost said Bulldogs. The Gophers.
And around the league, Miami's pretty much got Florida State in hand. That's 28-11 with 7 minutes to go. That's probably a Miami win. A&M, 3 minutes to go, up 31-9 on Mississippi State. That one's probably over. Well, we could hang on for a few extra minutes if you want to flip over to a good one with Colorado and TCU duking it out at 21. Kansas took the lead from UCF with a minute to go. They have the ball at their 1 yard line.
Over.
Maybe, I don't know.
TCU Colorado is still going? No, I'm looking right at it. I've had it on my screen in multi-view. Colorado at TCU is still going, yeah. The quiz with balls is coming up at midnight. That'll be interesting. Just kidding. All right, let's see here. What's going on here? So Colorado, TCU are tied.
Let's keep this going for like an extra 15 minutes because it's not even.
Yeah, sure. Let's see what happens in Colorado, TCU. So obviously Ohio State's over with. We're done. But this has been a good stream, and I don't really want it to end yet. So let's talk a little bit more about Ohio. Let's talk a little bit more. Just shoot the shit as we watch. TCU.
We were having some fun with that with the national title claims. That was
I didn't expect to be doing that tonight, but yeah.
That was fun. That was fun to quickly look at Oklahoma.
Yeah, no, that was cool. Yeah, Penn State lost to UCLA. No one's going to shut the fuck up about that.
No, we can't. That's one of the most embarrassing losses in freaking
And I finished my last beer for the evening.
That is probably one of the most embarrassing losses to happen in college football to a top. That is probably one of the most embarrassing top.
It was, I think, the first time that this has happened since 1985. A winless team beat a top 10 ranked football team.
This is about as This was as embarrassing. The last embarrassing game I can think of was A&M losing to Appalachia State a couple years back.
Well, they won top 10 ranked though. Were they?
Yes, they were. They were number 6 in the nation.
Appalachia State wasn't winless though.
No, but it was at Kyle Field. And remember,
it's not the same thing.
A&M had the top recruiting class of the year and all that stuff. I said that's probably the most embarrassing loss by a top 10 team in recent years.
I don't know. I saw the stat flash on CBS at the time when it came out, but I don't remember who beat who.
It was BYU. BYU lost to UTEP.
Oh, the Miners.
Wait, what were they called back then?
Still UTEP.
I
think they switched the name from Texas Western to UTEP before then.
Yeah, I remember college football. 2006. Like UTEP was called like some of those.
They were called Texas Western before UTEP.
Texas State Western.
I know that because of the Disney movie that was made about the UTEP Miners basketball team called Road to Glory that came out back in like the mid-2000s that I saw and actually really enjoyed, which UTEP was one of the first teams to fully embrace integration, and then they won the national title the year they did that. They beat Kentucky and Kansas in the Final Four, if I remember correctly. So yeah, Buckeyes business as usual. That one went final. We're talking a little. We're watching, seeing what's going to happen here in TCU with Colorado and TCU right now.
We're also keeping an eye on Kansas UCF to see how that one goes because Kansas has the ball at their 1 yard line. UCF could get them in the end zone for safety and then have the ball back to rush down and win with a touchdown.
Colorado has 4 turnovers tonight, the most since they went like 2-10 in 2022, and the reason is because they muffed the punt. So TCU recovered the muff. So with
Florida State 4th and 5 at Miami 35. They are slightly driving down the field, but here's the thing: even if they quickly get 2 touchdowns and 2-point conversions, they still don't have enough. They come up short, 27-28.
Yeah, it's not. It ain't happening. That fucker's up.
Yeah,
that's a given.
TCU is now at is 3rd and 1 at Colorado 18 on my screen.
Yep. Tion, sir, this is not the time to open a bakery. It's the perfect time to open a bakery. When is there never a good time to open a bakery? Everybody loves muffins and turnovers.
Touchdown, TCU.
No fucking way. I haven't even seen that yet.
Oh, wait, maybe it's wait. The thing doesn't know what it wants to do.
Okay.
It's at 3rd and 1 for a second there, and then now it's saying touchdown again. So I don't know. Gosh, that I can. Okay, look, I can fully understand. Oklahoma had some very close wins against their opponents in 1915. I can argue that, okay, Cornell earned it. They absolutely demolished all their opponents, especially going to Michigan and Ann Arbor. Even if it is 1915, that's probably still a big deal.
Okay.
I can live with that one. I can understand that one. And also probably it was 1915. It's the early 1900s. So, obviously the true football powerhouse programs were still all in the Ivy League.
It was a touchdown for TCU. Joseph Manjack IV got it. Okay.
God, that was crazy to look at. You laughed so hard on there. It's just like, why is that so funny? That was still
because it's the Ivy League, bro.
Yeah, but it was the Ivy League. Yeah, but it was the Ivy League when they were still pretty dominant. I mean, who has the?
Well, the late 40s was kind of like once they hit the 1950s, that was the end of the Ivy League. So it was like the tail end of like their dominance. And also, I've been drinking.
Okay, fair enough.
Like I am this many beers deep.
I'm trying to think how many national titles. Who has the most like national? I forget. It was either was it Harvard or Yale?
Princeton has the most national titles.
Oh, Princeton. I forgot about them for a
I think
second.
it was Princeton. They have like 30-something national titles.
Yeah, because most
going
of them
back to the days of like when football was more like soccer and rugby.
Back before even the friggin' 1900s started. They got pretty much most of those in like friggin' 1800s.
Or Walter Camp came up with yard lines. Yeah, that was a wonderful fucking touchdown by TCU. Manjack caught it with one hand. Oh no!
Oh, UCF is burning timeouts. I think they had all 3 timeouts. It's 3rd and 4 at Kansas. Kansas is 7. Yep. Oh shoot, we got some Big 12 mayhem.
Can we not have any more good games, please? I gotta make fucking chaos, and I already got too much to do as it is.
Colorado and TCU. It's 5 more minutes though. We got 5 more minutes in that game. Ironic.
They're going to go into rapid fire already for sure. I just don't want to make like full on chaos. I don't want to include them in the last.
I don't see anything unless somebody does something really stupid, like the Florida throwing the shoe.
Yeah, maybe. It's bad enough I got to include Miami and Florida State in this tire fire because it was so hyped up in the game. I don't even want to talk about Miami and Florida State anymore. I kind of want to throw them in rapid fire at this point.
You can, at this point, throw them into rapid fire because it's just like Miami pretty much dominated the day. The final score is probably not going to look that much because Miami converted that 4th down. It's now 1st and 10 at Miami's 11 for Florida State. So they might be able to get it to slightly more competitive. Like we said earlier, the final score with Alabama versus Vanderbilt is not the final result.
I know. They're already going to be talked about. Like, I already know roughly the game that you saw that were important today were going to be talked about. I am just...
I am really looking...
the game at the end here. I might just talk about them.
I have to say, one video I look forward to you doing is just like I would love to see you do in Oklahoma one of these days.
I would do an Oklahoma video, but that is one that's definitely far in the future considering what's in front of us right now. Like Penn State, UCLA, Virginia Tech are the prime like targets right now.
In terms of like being absolute locales and all that stuff in recent years.
You're being absolutely fucking wrecked by me. Yes.
Because Oklahoma, what would you call that? Oklahoma football's, Rough Riders. Like these guys have.
Oklahoma's one of the top teams in all, like a blue chipper in college football history. Like they're one of the top teams in all time. Like I can't sit here and be like, oh, they're terrible. When historically speaking, they're fairly decent.
Even though they haven't won a national title since 2000.
I would need to do with what I did with Ohio State and pick an era to shit on them with. Like Alabama, I want to shit on them, but not obviously for Nick Saban. I'm talking about like the pre-Saban years, like from 1993 to 2007.
Ooh,
that's when I want to shit on Alabama.
Yeah,
because that was pure chaos.
The DeBose years was DeBose.
The DeBose years. Especially were just like all the sanctions they got, all the bowl bans and the trouble they got into.
Let me quickly look up Alabama football coaches history.
Miami's in the same area too because like they were just trash for the better part of ever since Ohio State beat them in the national title in 2003. They've been trash. They haven't even come close to the chip.
Yeah. Tail end of the Gene Stallings era, then Mike DeBose, Dennis Franchione, Mike Price, Mike Shula.
Mike Shula. One of their coaches got fired because of a night he had with a stripper.
I'm sorry,
which one that was.
Oh my god, I have to look this up now.
That's why I want to talk about him. Because one of the coaches got fired for an affair he had with a hooker or a stripper at a hotel in Miami. I am not fucking kidding. The Lincoln Riley era at USC is going to get its own whole ass video. 100%.
Oh, it has to.
When it's all said and done, it's going to get a video. I'm hesitating on making a video about Penn State.
Mike Price.
Mike Price, that's the one. Yes.
He was hired by the university in December of 2002, but was fired before coaching a single game in 2003.
Because he got busted with a hooker in Miami and they fired him.
Yeah, let's see. In May, his contract was rescinded shortly after news surfaced of Price being seen at a strip club during a trip to Pensacola, Florida, where Price was playing a golf tournament. He also had $1,000 charged to his hotel room by an unknown woman staying in the room. Oh, God. Oh, my God. That has to be in that video.
It's going to be in the video.
That
and
is
the video will be made at some point.
That is just too perfect.
It like perfectly encapsulates the bull fuckery that was Alabama during that period. Like we see Alabama as this great power right now, but like Alabama was such a train wreck from in the 90s and in the early 2000s. Like it is like, oh, I can't wait to do that one. That's going to be an off-season video, but it's going to happen.
The twilight years of Gene Stalling at the program, and then basically everything up to Saban coming to the school, and then even that first season with Saban. I mean, they lost to UL Monroe.
Yeah, but I think I would end it right there because Jim Tressel's first year at Ohio State wasn't that great either. Like 2001, they went back to the Outback Bowl and lost to South Carolina. So like it wasn't all that great, but 2002 when they won the national title, that's when it ended. So it's kind of like the same thing with Alabama. Like 2007 for Alabama, don't talk about it. But 2008 with Nick Saban.
Okay, hang on. Oklahoma football coaches. I mean, I don't really know because look, even when Oklahoma wasn't winning national titles, they were still dominating the Big 12. That was no arguing. And yeah, they kept losing bad in the playoffs and all that stuff. But again, okay, let's see.
The thing with Oklahoma is that it's hard to make a video about them because they don't have like many periods where they were like total shit.
I mean, I guess you could say pretty much the 90s after. I guess you could say the 90s, basically after Barry Switzer in '88 to, Gary Gibbs, Howard Schellenberger, John Blake especially.
Here's where I'm at. This is kind of like my own personal role with making the long form content videos. Like you got to have a team that's got like a defined, like, okay, we were ass at this point.
That would be a welcome change of just like, okay, here's a program that has had its ups and downs, but it's been up way more than it's been down. Like it's almost surprising to see how they've been dominant.
It depends on how you approach the video. Like if I were to go to Oklahoma and say, I'm going to make a video about you guys, their fans would probably be like, dude, what the fuck? We are literally one of the top blue blood programs. Why are you talking about this? I would need to focus solely on like, we all know how Oklahoma is this great fucking blue blood program, but they've not always been that way. Exhibit A, bang, and then the Oklahoma fans would be like, okay, all right, fair enough, talk your shit.
The John Blake era for sure. His career at there 12 and 22.
Oh, it needs to be a little longer than that. I don't want to just be like, hey, remember these 3 years? And then they'll be like, oh, yeah, sure. What about these other years right after?
I know. Yeah, because 2 years later, they win the national championship with Stoops in 2000.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I'm looking at this. Gary Gibb, he went 69-44. This is
why I'm saying that I think if I were to talk about Oklahoma after the national championship in 2000, that would be a solid video because they really haven't been back since.
they've been to two national title games in the 2000s, and they lost those, and then after that, it was just kind of they weren't making the 14 playoff and all that stuff for first few years because the Big 12.
Yeah.
And then of course the Lincoln Riley era, which we could get to that. We could get to that threshold. We could get to that freaking playoff, but we just could not get past the semifinal.
Yeah. Kansas wins against UCF.
Oh, that one's over.
That one's over. And Colorado just shanked a punt against TCU, and TCU. Colorado's got all 3 timeouts and 2.5 to go, but I think this one's down there.
Oh, shoot. 19-yard pass for TCU. John Hoover pass complete to Major Everett for 19 yards to the Colorado 40 for a first down. Okay, yeah, I think this TCU one is almost about over, unless TCU does something stupid.
I'm going to see if they get a first down, and then if they do, I'm going to call it for the night because I got to go work on this script. Let's see. Hoover throws the ball. It's going to be a first down. Yeah.
Timeout.
TCU gets all the way out to the 40-yard line, and we're going to hit the 2-minute warning here soon. Okay. Yeah, that one's pretty much TCU's. They're getting in the field goal range too. All right. Well, I think we're good for the night. We're about 3.5 hours in. We went a little longer because of some of the other bullshit, and we've just been having a good old time shooting the shit. It's always fun to shoot the shit with the Akbar. Really is.
Oh yeah, it's definitely fun, Red. That's for sure. That the ending was pretty good when we were like, we should do a night where we do we take a look at like these unclaimed titles and see like, okay, did these teams really earn these? It's like, oh dang, they might have.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, I mean, this has been fun, guys. I appreciate y'all being here, especially those of you that have been here from the start of the stream. Thank you. This was a very refreshing stream for me personally because I really needed a nice chill night just shooting the shit. So this was fun. Be on the lookout for Monday when I do the FBS report with Squid Tart Sports, of course. And then hopefully Wednesday, Chaos Week 6, where we talk about everything that happened today in college football. Thank you very much. As always, don't be stupid. Enjoy yourselves. Have a good Sunday. Watch some NFL if you're able to digest that after all this craziness. And check out Akbar on Twitch. Akbar, what's your Twitch channel again?
Akbar Fan 5556. Hang on. Hang on. 10 seconds. Hang on. I'll put it in the chat for a second.
Okay.
Let me copy it.
I'll let you copy it.
Oh, no.
Akbar 5556 on Twitch. There it is.
Yep.
And thank you again for watching, guys. This has been fun. We'll be back next week for another live stream, but I will be active and I will be there. Check us out on Discord too, if you don't mind. If you got Discord, we do have a Discord, but check the link in the description. And yeah, have a good evening. Enjoy yourselves. Be safe out there. Thank you very much. Have a good night.
Thank you, Zep.